Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching in the world. Sean Driver here, as always. Well, not always, as always, because next week it'll just be you. But as it normally is, here with producer B, Brendan, in the background, setting everything up and giving his feedback before everything gets started. Brendan, how the hell are you first? And B, are you ready for sort of taking over for 3 weeks as I'm joining you from the other side of the pond?
Yeah, I'm ready for the anxiety of covering the whole match myself and not boring everybody.
You won't be boring everybody. It'll be a good time. The chat is running in earnest, and I'm massively appreciative of you keeping this going. So for those of you that are here, like button down below, subscribe button if you're just joining us. I've tried to reframe things on Twitch because I was told to put us into the sport category, and I've checked that. I've got to go do that at the half and make sure that it's done that way. TikTok needs to follow, all those sorts of things. Man, we've got ourselves a game. And you look at a sixth place team and you think that's going to be tough anyways. But these guys haven't lost away since October 26th. They're the best team in form in their last 10, top of the table. They're doing a lot of things right now. And this is one of those ones where you look at what Wrexham's been doing. Are we the team that has been sort of in a bit of a funk in January and we're still trying to get ourselves out of it? Or are we this team that we've seen in the last couple enough that we're going to be able to walk our way through and really make an assault at the top two positions? And I think this game helps define what version of team we are. And for that, it's a timely challenge. It's also a crappy challenge because I'd like to answer the bell for this one later on in the season once we've got our legs under us. But Brendan, what's your thoughts on this one generally and the importance of this one?
I think you hit it spot on, and Andy did a tremendous job of putting up a graphic in Discord that I brought up on the screen, and it shows out of the last 10, the team that's been the best, at least points wise, is Leyton Orient, Wrexham 5th. So it really tells you that they've been in good form for quite a while. Now, if you were to look at all those teams, you get a lot of mid to bottom half teams in that mix, but the 3 losses that we have there aren't exactly top tier teams either. Losing to Shrewsbury, Barnsley's the only one that's probably way up there, but Stevenage we should have beat, and Shrewsbury should have beat. We didn't, so they're taking care of business. They're in good form, and it also, if you look, they have relatively the same goal difference that we do, just a point different. And that's kind of interesting. I'm going to switch to the other graphic where it shows that. The same on 30 games. They're plus 19, we're plus 20. Now we have 2 more wins and 2 more draws, but there's only 1 in goal difference, which means typically it looks like they're on and they score, or they're off and they don't. Right. So
6-2 against Exeter just a little while ago is a perfect example.
Yeah. So, we can't, they're not a team that's, if they're on, they're going to be more than just 1 goal, right? They're a danger to put up quite a few. So hopefully they're in an off match. We jump on them early and have them digging out of a hole.
You want me to give you my spooky prediction that you're going to get potentially mad at me, even though it's a 50-50 call?
There we go.
The official on this one, Mr. Drysdale, long-standing official. I don't know. I just sent those graphics. I don't know if you have an opportunity to put them up. But if you wanted to jump to it, you can. Here's the numbers with him, though. Darren Drysdale, we have had 4 matches with. We've never won involving Darren Drysdale. But that's not the issue to me. He is as soon as I read his job, he's a sergeant in the Air Force, and I went, okay, he's going to be that type. That I know what I'm talking about, blustery guy. And so he doesn't. I like it tough, but don't go offside of me. And when you look at his stats, that's exactly what. I know narrative speaks to. You can find a narrative in any statistic, right? Fair. But when I look at it, his fouls, he's below the average. His yellow cards, he's way below the average. He almost doesn't give out yellow cards. But when it's time to give them out, they're pens and they're red cards, especially pens. He's given a penalty out in a third of his games.
Wow.
He's given a penalty out in a third of his games, and he likes to get involved. I don't want him to be a part of the script. I would like it to be figured out, but I'm going to call a penalty in this one, and I'm going to call whoever receives it to be the team that wins it, because they're so damn close statistically that's what I think is going to be the difference. I'll leave
it's
that
something to worry about.
or celebrate. Depends on which side you're on, receiving the penalty. But I don't like referees who seem to be interfering with things. And when you get to the point where you're running it at 33%, I mean, red cards are red cards. And he's an experienced guy. How experienced? The website I use only goes back 10 years, and I can't find out when he made his debut from my website. Our previous games with him were back in 2004, 2005 in League One, the year that Wrexham was relegated from League One down to League Two because of our 10-point administration. That's the last game we did there, and I think it was Swindon Town. Was the first game with him. We've seen him the Wombles he did last year with AFC December 8, 2023. So that's the official stuff. I've been ignoring the chat. I don't know if people jumped up. I feel like Chomp is coming.
A lot of people jumped on. Angel jumped on early. Angel usually comes in late and gives us a special spark, like your Took, where we get late goals after Angel comes in. Angel came in early. Hopefully that means,
I don't know what that means.
We get a first-minute goal or first 5-minute goal.
Yeah, I don't know what that means at all. So it'll be a fascinating one to end up digesting. I haven't even looked at the roster I had an hour-long phone call before this one, so I haven't looked up what they're bringing. I haven't looked up what we're bringing for this one.
You want me to go to that now?
Yeah, let's do it, and I'll talk live and in charge. I will say, and I was fascinated to see this, because when you look at the statistics with respect to how the teams are built, we are so statistically close that I think the difference in this one is going to be in net. And that's why I was surprised that we went with Howard here. And I say that because if you bring up the statistics, and you don't have to do that now, I'll just reference it. We are tied at 36% for second overall in the league on our goals per shots on target. Both clubs, exceptionally efficient. And when you see that, I want a shot stopper to be in net, because you need to be able to counter that. I could be wrong. Parky thinks I am. Maybe it's a form thing. I don't know. But anyway, Howard's in. Let me just run through, and then I'll get that, Brendan, from you, not to cut you off. But Howard's in, and over Ogonko. On the back line, Brent Cleworth O'Connell. So we're staying steady there. On the wings, Barnett and McLean, we're staying steady there. In the middle, James Dobson and Rathbone staying steady there. And up front, Smith and Rodriguez. So no real changes anywhere through here. Revan and Scar on the back line, Longman and Cannon as substitutes to come in. No Lee, accident and recovery and or otherwise, don't know. Fletcher, Marriott, and the report from Parky was that Mullen is healthy, and so he's just looking for something to be there. So Mullen, the comment there, Mullen must be fit to be on the bench now. Surely, I've read a report of Parky saying he's good to go. He's just not made the list. So, what's your take on the goalkeeping thing that I threw out there? What's your take on the lineup?
Well, one thing that got mentioned, I forget who mentioned it before, but the last game that Ogonko played in, he turned quickly and tried to get back to a shot coming to the left, and he hit the post hard. And he hit, I think he hit it with his head. And that could have shaken him just a little bit. And maybe they just felt like, hey, why not give him an extra game rest? Then Howard comes in, and Howard sparks the team with that great lead kick that frees up Smith for his first goal. And how much easier is it to play a little more loose after you already have a goal and you're up one, right? And then we're able to press forward and score that other goal, knowing we have a little leeway, right? So how much of that win was due to something that Howard can produce that Ogonko definitely cannot? And I don't know, it has a little value. And to Kim's point, Parky's way is, if you get your chance and you shine, then you get to keep the position until, injury or some other really good reason to pull you out. And that performance last week was worthy of keeping your job, kind of, keeping your position potentially, unless you felt Mark Howard is only there because we don't want to pay anybody else. And, if you just don't think that highly of him, and you think this is a super important game and based on styles, Okonkwo needs to be there, then yeah. But otherwise, I don't think it's that much of a deficit. I hear you. Tremendous shot. Okonkwo is your man to stop it. And maybe that's what beats us today. Who knows?
It'll be a fun one. As all I know is there's enough there as far as difference in styles and how teams line up and how they match up and where they are with form. This is probably the best buffet of sort of all that you want. You've got two teams that are near the top of the table, one that's extremely hot. You've got us with our home field racecourse roar and all the things that come, the bells and trappings that come with that. You've got teams that are largely healthy, it appears to me. You've got you just nailed it, B. So Bryn's on board with you, and I don't disagree. I just think that whether it's the health thing, and it was because he rattled it off. I want to have a guy who is, in AO last year. Maybe I'm looking at it that way, and he hasn't been on since he's come back. I'll have to accept it, but. We have a safe percentage that was in the 80% range for a reason. It's now down to a 74% range over time as a consequence of him not being in the lineup. If he's healthy, I think you put him back in to be able to maintain that. I understand the short-term risk if he isn't ready. I don't know, Brendan, if you wanted to bring up the rest of those season statistics just so I can go through and match as to how close we are together.
Between Leyton Orient and us, is that what you're saying?
And us, yeah, the ones that I just put up on.
Sure, give me a second.
Private Discord there, if you can grab those. And I'm really shadowy today as I'm looking.
Yep, it's up.
It's up. So this one, the shots on target they get more than us, which is concerning only because their goals per shots on target is the exact same efficiency. So you'd expect them to be able to pot a little bit more. As far as shots on target against, they're also slightly better than us, fifth versus us sitting in sixth place. The advantage is, and we lose some of this shine, as a team save percentage, we're tied for first, they're tied for ninth. We're ahead of them in that regard, but it's close. And the fact that we're in with Chomp and not with AO is the guy who adds that extra save percentage. It's damn close. You look at the possession, a team that we've climbed the ladder here. There was one point we were in 23rd, and then we've got up to 22nd, and we've slowly eked up. We're now 17th. So that whole early on in the season, and Kim often references this about the lack of possession. We are becoming more of a possession team, but we will be counterpunching today. What I find interesting, though, is despite all of their possession, they're not a passing team and they're not a long ball team. You look at where they sit. Usually you see one of those three stats being higher than the others. And in Wrexham's case, we do crosses and long balls, and we know this. We got called that all the time. We don't build up through the middle. You can see 15th for accurate passes. That's because we're not building up through the middle. We're bouncing around all over the place. For them, they are 16th to 19th on all three of those areas, which I can't envision what that style is going to look like other than keep the ball at feet, because they don't pass it a lot. So there's no build up through the middle. They're not a team that's going to hoof it down the pitch seemingly that frequently, or it's just a nice intermix of all three such that they sit mid-table below and you can't really tell. And maybe that's what it is. So I'm curious to see how that looks. But at the end of the day, home and away, just damn close on all the statistics. So I guess that means I turn to everybody that's here and say, first off, hit that like button again if you wouldn't mind, or not again if you haven't hit it, give it a bump. And second, what do you have for the scores and what are your thoughts? Bren was sitting there pitching in. Dave Foster's checked in there. Here's a prediction easy from Woody, who says Suarez Ronan syndrome, so I'll predict a 3-1 win for the Orient Express. Reverse psychology, folks, since our Irish damsel has broken the jinx. And there you go. And Bryn says the broken jaw and how he hit the post could be a genuine concern, let alone concussion. We may need to ride Howard for a bit yet. And yes, injury considerations aside, I guess I have to take that. And I am struggling here with the audio on my thing. I'm assuming that it's running, and I just don't have it playing yet.
So it's really surprising that Dave Foster said that, and I'm not just stealing it from him, although I steal a lot of great ideas from Dave when he when he talks about gifts and other things. But I was thinking we have not seen a high goal scoring game, right? And to your point, if there's going to be shots that Chomp can't get to, maybe they get a couple of goals. And it feels like we're really starting to gel. Granted, we only scored 2 times last week, but just the offense feels better. The eye test says better to me, better opportunities, better motion, attacking from all sorts of different angles. Barney didn't have a tremendous game, and we still got a couple of goals out of it and a lot of action in the midfield. So, and we stayed with the same lineup. They're going to just know each other better. I think the 3-2 call is a really good one.
That's exactly where I was at with 3-2. There's goals in this one. Is just the feel I get. 2 teams that are on form, 2 teams that are great with efficiency, 2 teams that the save percentage is not something that's going to completely dominate one side over the others. Hey, Aaron didn't even realize they played today. Slipped in my mind. I knew that they played. I thought I was going to be panicking. Be in the background because I didn't get the graphic up in time. I had an hour-long phone conversation. I'm trying to get a whole bunch of stuff done. It's been a bit of a messy day trying to plan and pack things. I miss the days of just packing for one. That's all I've got to say. More important news, I've been told which 3 games I'm allowed to go to, and the 4th one's is up in the air, but I'm going to look for tickets for the Bolton game. I'm going to be looking for tickets for the Huddersfield game, and I'm going to be looking for tickets for the Wickham away game. That's 2 away games, 1 at home. The one that's in the air is the Rotherham one, and we will figure that one out as we get live and I figure out how easy it is to get around and whether I can just maybe sneak in, sneak out for that one. That one is up in the air. The other one, I probably will be looking to watch party it along and do my thing from the UK. We'll figure that all out while I'm over there. What to add, Brendan? I'm nervous. I've got a nervous energy about this one just because I feel like we're going to know so much about the team that we have through this test today. And am I building that up too much?
Yeah. I mean, we have to figure out who we are pretty darn soon if we don't now know it, right? And I think this is the team to do it. And I could see maybe a couple of tweaks here and there, with are we doing Scar or O'Connell and Okonkwo and Chomp, right? And how do you work Lee back in occasionally and stuff like that? And when McLean gets the inevitable red card or buildup of yellows, who's coming in on that side, right? So there's a few things, but I think overall, I like this. I like the guys coming off the bench settling on 2 guys and not Palmer and Mullen being in the mix, truthfully. It's just like you can't get that many guys grooving, and you're not going to get lucky enough to hit the right combination on the right day. So let's just stick with 4 and roll with it. These 2, Marriott and Fletch coming off the bench.
Yeah, and I'm good with that. To be fair, I would be okay with Marriott and Smith getting a run as well if necessary. But I know that Rodriguez is playing that role and has that expectation. But I'll just put that out there into the universe that I like the idea of those 2 quick, hungry strikers having a crack at the back lines in this league.
Rodriguez runs a lot more than I guess I was expecting. He's very active out there, and so Smith, and they don't just stay at home. I don't think the defense can expect to know where they are as much as they always knew where Mullen and Palmer were. I could just glance up and I knew Palmer was going to be in this specific area, right? Not moving, not running. He's just standing there, right? Yeah. Whereas these guys seem to be crisscrossing. When you saw the heat map and everything on Smith, he was basically in the same area, but you saw lines of attack coming in totally different angles and different runs at it. And I think that makes a difference. That keeps the defense on its toes and they're finding stuff.
Yeah, it's nervy. That's where I'm at. I'm nervy, and I'm not the only one. I guess Brent says you're right, Sean. I feel the same gravity in tonight's performance is a gauge with where we are heading the home stretch. And it's fascinating. You watch the run-in, and we've talked about it. We've got this game here, and then you've got the distraction or the blessing of the trophy, the match that's coming But it seems to me that we're going to end up with sort of a crest and flow through the next month, 6 weeks. We've got the importance of this one. We get a little bit of downward spiral. The March 4th game's really important. We're going to crest for that. There's going to be table movement. Everybody's playing each other over those 2 days, and then it's going to start to wane again. And then we're back up around the 15th and the 22nd with all the teams playing each other, us having challenging games. And then it's sort of, I think after the 22nd, it really is most of the big games have been played for everybody at the top of the table. Like the lay of the land is going to be what it is. And you're either holding on or you're hoping for help. And get the toque on, Sean, already. I put one on permanent dismount. I don't know what you guys think of this.
Yeah. Over your right shoulder is the toque. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I've set this up. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are. This room, by the way, is destined to be, hopefully, potentially a nursery. We have nothing cooking at the moment, but it will no longer be this room and set up. But these are up to display baby things and hold baby things if I get punted. But for now, and we need a Red Hulk smash GIF, which might be in order for this chat. I've got this ready. The backup one is there, and yeah, I'm just excited to take care of this one, to soak this one in. Then we're back here on Saturday. And what about the women's match? Can we just take 10, 30 seconds to talk about that performance on Sunday?
It was incredible. By the way, we just had maybe, not that your streams aren't fun and that we don't love the larger horde group, but we have like a tight 30 or 40 people that show up to the women's ones. And we had so much fun on Sunday, I got to tell you. More fun than we should have in a match. So.
I love it, and you get to do it all again. Hopefully with the same outcome on Sunday to try and stay in the top 4. No bun in the oven. I want to dispel that myth. This is it's the kind of the hope, and so we've set it up with the idea that this room will be converted into something else at some point in time. But I'm curious what your guys' take is on everything that's going on around. And Andy says Wickham actually has a tougher last 10 than most of the top teams. Andy, and you would know better than I. And Andy, sometime I do want to connect with you, because I don't know if you're okay with sharing the CSV. I think that's what it's called, the data, the numbers that you put together, because I'd love to put that in and put it into Canva and come out with some graphics from those numbers. It looks like I have a crown over my head. Oh, I see. Because of that, I need to sit off center. Is that what you're saying? So that I allow the logo, because right now it looks like I get it. I wonder how I can fix that one.
I brought up the table too, by the way.
Oh, so, and I didn't pick up, to be fair, because it's a Tuesday match. Not everybody's playing today. But there are a host of games as everybody does their matchup, their makeup games. If we're looking around the table to start with, what are the games that really matter? Wickham and Bristol Rovers. That's the other big one. Brum against Reading. That's the 22nd. So there's only 6 games. Wigan and Crawley, not really that important. Mansfield and Lincoln, not really that important. Shrewsbury. Why does Shrewsbury always seem to be the team that's at least playing somebody near the top? And they never seem to help us. But Shrewsbury's at home to Huddersfield. So that's a game that we'll keep an eye out. And then you've got Stevenage, Burton, not really that important for us. So it's Shrewsbury, Huddersfield, Wickham, Bristol Rovers, and we'll see what W&G has for the details on that one. Based on the current table, Wickham plays 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in their last 11. All right. Well, that's good news. There's a chance here. Let's take this and put the pressure on, right? Take this, a Wickham loss or a Wickham draw, put the pressure on, because we're eking closer and closer to that number 2 spot. Long may it continue. So if you are still on that table there, equal on games, matches played now and 2 points behind. So a draw and a win by 5 or 4, and we're ahead. And so let's do that, as Brendan's a popular person. Where are we here? 4 minutes away from kickoff. That is a grueling season. Do you think we have a chance of reaching the top spot by the end of the season? First place? Never. It's a write-off. And you look at Birmingham's schedule, they have, and Andy can give the details of this one if he wishes and has them, because he'll have them immediately ready and accessible. They've got most of their big matches are gone. They play sort of mid-table now. They played the top of the table. Now they play the mid-table teams, and then they're going to play the bottom of the table teams. I would expect that they may end up breaking the record for most points in League One. And hi, Denise, how are you? And I just want them to beat everybody. I mean, they won't even play an important part really on the teams that are immediately below them and where they fit, because they're going to be knocking off those mid-table games here over the next month. Most of their games after that are all against lower table teams. They'll be determining and influencing relegation perhaps, but not the battle for the playoffs and stuff, as the teams are making their way out. The baby blues for Orient. And I'm going to have to, it's a weird thing calling it, because lots of people have reminded me, and I'm just going to open this up because I look really weird with the shadow. A lot of people have said to me, you got to call them Orient. You can't call them Leyton if you're going to cut down Leyton Orient. But it just seems weird to use the word Orient, given the times. And so Brendan and I, we will be friends for this one. And then as soon as this game is over, we will be friends off for, 24, 48 hours until the Canada-USA game takes place in Boston.
I didn't want RKO to mention it because it was going to set you in a bad mood.
I'm not. Hey, we're the big game's on coming up here, right? So
the only thing that worries me is that was such a drubbing that it would be hard to reproduce that.
Yeah, and McAvoy's out, so.
Yeah,
he's in Massachusetts hospital right now. Birmingham said, there you go. Birmingham, Andy's at the ready. Birmingham plays 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 in their last 10. That's as soft as it goes in. We're not catching first. Give up on the dream. It would have to be a collapse of monumental proportion to be able to get first. And so let's get this one ready, all dialed in here. I am stoked and excited. Stoked. See, you add that stuff. I have to stop using the word magic. In fact, you guys should play a drinking game every time I use the word magic. I've gone back through the feeds and I use that word way too much. And if you were to have drinks, I think every time I said the word magic, I'd make people very, very happy. So it looks like we're going towards the cop to start. The SNL montage of skits that didn't age well was a good laugh this weekend. I didn't watch that, to be fair. I'm going to have to. All right. The crowd seems a little, and I don't know whether, sometimes I feel it's like the games, but it seems somewhat muted today. Punch that like button. Absolutely. Graphics are really cool, by the way. They remind me of the Premier League graphics on Sky Sports. And Aaron, are you talking the ones that Brendan has been working on and upgrading? Or did I miss? It has to be. I will give Brendan credit all the time if that's what we're doing.
Well, I was saying Andy. Andy was providing a ton of graphics, and I wanted to thank him again since he joined the chat. He sits quietly, but then he brings us all that work on
all the heavy lifting. Yeah, and I want to find a way, because Andy, love you for it. And I just was looking, we're getting ready to bring you in on Canva and create some stuff to make it easy for you, to make it easy to put out, and to weaponize things into, even, if you wanted to do stuff on Instagram and all that sort of stuff, I'll give up the keys. And that's for sort of anybody. Brendan joined and wanted to help out. If people are like, hey, I would like to tweet more, hey, I got things for you. Tuglandia. So Leyton Orient going from right to left. We're going from left to right. Bring up my stuff here and get this thing ready as we wire. This is going to be something. This is going to be something. Underway. Leyton Orient with the ball, drawing it back. They're going from right to left towards the tech end, and we're going towards the cop, left to right. Easily put out, and Brunt's going to get a throw in. 18 yards away from our goal to start things off. Are you a Red Sox fan, by the way, B?
I am. I've attended a lot of games, a lot of playoff games. I've my passion for baseball's significantly waned over the last, half decade.
with Leyton Orient being called the O's, as both of us being AL East fans, I'm pretty sure we're ready to hate these guys anyway, because it reminds us of Baltimore and the Orioles, shortened to the O's. But I don't know, trying to find a way to hate a team that we haven't had a lot of history with. But what was it, 1984? Both teams relegated, or was that bad play there, and we're going to get an extra position.
Do you notice how we sat back a little bit and then attacked? I like that.
The rope-a-dope?
Yeah, the surprise pressure there.
If we play like last Saturday, I think 3-1. I was thinking 3-2. I think they've got some efficiency in them. I've got lots of 3-1 shouts. This is lots of 3-1, which I'm surprised, because this is one of the better teams we've played in form, right? So we will see. I'm nervy, but right now it's throw in. And we're trying to cheat forward, but the sergeant of the Air Force, the referee, stepping in and setting everything up there. Why was the camera showing that individual in the crowd? Do they have a coach suspended who's sitting there with headset in the background? Is that what that was? Barnett, right side, 18-yard box, snuck away, a challenge, and it's there. It's going to get knocked out. We'll get a throw, and he tried to do the cross, and well covered, and getting out there was Hape all the way over from the right-hand side to defend that. Scoring by committee, this team, as Barney grabs it. 3 people over there. He's going to bang it off, and he'll take another throw. Difficult, because he had 3 people all challenging him. He's being mobbed over along the right wing. Orient definitely getting an idea that he's a weapon. Dobson there decides to go back to Cleworth on the throw and knocks it down. It's chipped back up to Barney. He's going to try to head it over to Dobson, still through the air. And there's Rodriguez. He's going to go back to Barney. He's going to go back all in the air before it's headed out, and it'll be a giveaway.
It's like hot potato. You take it. No, you take it.
Just looking to try and get it down when you got 3 people working that triangle very well defensively, and we never had a chance to get it down to foot. And so it's a turnover, and away we go the other way. Where did the chat go? There it is. Chris is here. How are you, my friend? It's been a while. I hope all is well. Right foot, long ball. Sam Smith running to go and get it. Oh, that was weird. The ball's just sort of died right in front of him, and he's under
Is
pressure.
it me, or is Sam Smith really good at timing his runs? He waits up. He doesn't get called off sides a lot. He makes a sprint for it, you know.
I'm on, and especially because I'm on the offside, and especially with there were even a couple that were given the last game where I was like, I don't think that was offside. I think that was just timed so well that he was so far ahead of the defender that it just seemed to be right. And here we go, an overrule. The Lino gave it one way. Staff Sergeant Drysdale comes in and says, no, sir, it's going the other way. I shouldn't make fun of it. I just feel bad. I'm putting it in the universe, and he's going to influence this game. I hope I'm wrong, unless it's against them, and then I'm glad I'm right. Opportunity here. Leyton Orient all the way over, left-footed, skied. 8 feet out of above from Kelman. You go and you try and look at where the offense could potentially come from for Leyton Orient, and they've got 1 9-goal scorer. That was Kelman, who just had it on his foot there. And then you've got Galbraith, Donnelly with 5, Agi with 4, Perkins with 4. There's scoring by committee, these guys. And Tromp gets us underway. Let's all remember that the underdogs won yesterday, and anything is possible today. The underdogs won yesterday. Surely you're not talking hockey, are you? I'm with you. I mean, the scary thing is this is the team that you could be facing in the playoffs. If the season was to end today, this is the playoff, the semifinal matchup. And I would rather avoid all of that crap. Throw in for us, right-hand side. Going to be Clueworth taking it 10 yards away from the halfway line. 9 yards, 8 yards, 7 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards as he's getting closer and closer to throwing it almost exactly on the halfway stripe. Man, it's just a header battle trying to maintain possession and get it for somebody. Neither club getting it going. 6 minutes in, both teams filling each other out. That's why Leyton Orient doesn't have a lot of long bombs, crosses, or midfield passes, is the whole game's played through the air. Everybody's just heading the ball around. I don't know the answer to that one, but you know who does? Wrexham AFC archive.co.uk. And if you go there and you go to Orient and bring it in.
You keep creeping forward a lot.
Yeah, I have to do that to get forward. Try to stay back. 19
you
games.
Turn into on that show in the U.S. where the neighbor would just have his eyes in the top of his head above the fence level.
Yeah.
Neighbor.
Home Improvement.
Yes, thank you.
We are looking at we scored. Oh, no, we didn't. We 0-0 in the last game. We lost 0-1. We lost 0-1. We lost 0-2. We lost 0-1. So it's been 5 games. The last one, October 28th, 2017, when we scored. That being a National League game back in 2017, 2018. We haven't won since 2002, 2003. A 1-0 victory. Not much in this one so far. Yeah, across all competitions. No goals going all the way back until the 2-2 draw back on October 28th, 2017. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games ago across all competitions. One of those an FA Trophy match where they knocked us out in the second round, 2018, 2019. Tool time. Oh, I can't even do it. It's been so long since I've heard. I know that it was a weird laugh. Oh, and I can't even do it. Long ball forward. Howard up outside the box. So he just thumps that in the air and clears it himself. And it'll be a throw in for Orient 35 yards away from their goal. Chris. I thank you, Chris. We got to come up with something. You want to do you want a permanent graphic? Do you want us to what do you want? You want us to name the a feature about you. You've been here supporting the club and the Red Horde throughout. What do we do? But thank you. It is muchly appreciated. Through the right-hand side, Orient looking to build it up, but brought through Hape, left-hand side. Sweeney, who's got it. Being chased up by Dobson. He draws it back to Simpson as it's a center back a kickabout. Hey, W&G. Nice to see you, my friend. The W&G scoreboard. We had the Brendan flop counter. We should have the Chris what?
Yeah, W&G is usually faster than that scoreboard. So that's just to update you if you haven't heard W&G's updates.
Yes. And I still want to be able to get the UI thing all set up to give him the controls as Max. You know what? Well done by... Oh, no, it did go for a corner, did it? Did they call a free kick on that one? I thought, well, credit to Max. I thought of getting back there defensively in any event. Tim Allen's new show, Shifting Gears, is pretty good. Mike, oh, wow. I didn't even know he had his own new TV show. I'm too busy watching crappy reality television show like Love is Blind and Guilty Pleasure. I don't think player down injured and blown down as a consequence of that, calling out the officials, and I think we get the ball back. It wasn't because of a subsequent foul, but was that a knock to the noggin? Yeah, not a foul. He drove his head forward to head and collided with McLean, so he's getting up there. This is Prattley, one of the right midfielders. Every time Barney puts the ball in, it's a crisscross. Jump, believe that. B, that was harsh, man. Throwing the flop out on that one. It's interesting they're talking about, like, I'm not afraid of their, why do they get the ball? That's fascinating. I'd end up going back and watching that, as I thought we had control of it before they ended up blowing it down. I would love for Wickham to lose to Bristol Rovers. So while you're updating the score there, please make sure that happens, W&G. The 1-0 loss away was my first ever away game. Unfortunately, they hit the post and hit Rob Leyton to go in. Ouch. Sam Smith chasing it on. He's got Rodriguez coming forward, left-hand side, 16 yards away, drops it for McLean. McLean now left-footed, fakes the cross and draws it back. James now, he stepped forward, right-footed, switch over, couldn't get it up over top, and it's knocked down by Sweeney, and nothing there. Defensively, they just seem to be able to take away space, and so you look for the desperate switch, and you don't make the connection, but there's the giveaway, and we'll go the other way. They've looked great defensively, has Orient. They've looked a little bit suspect going forward, so maybe this isn't a 3-2 game. Maybe this is going to be a 1-0 game. And Smith offside, they say. Drawn back, Happe. Sweeney. Moving it over to Galbraith is the center back kickabout. Happe. Left-footed, long ball. Kelman's all the way over there to run up and try and get that. Kept in. McLean smashes it off and hits Perkins, and we'll get a throw. Defensively, we're on. Defensively, they're on. Offensively, neither team looking like it's doing a thing. How early is Took Magic allowed? And I guess I have to make sure I pack this, don't I? That would be criminal offense if I didn't bring this to... And a proper big Sharpie. Is this what I get somebody to sign, to get the team to sign if I'm getting anything? Then put that on display. Took power. Not much in it. Throw in. It's just tidy. Like thrown in, knocked down, given back to the keeper. Keeley with it, moves it forward. We're in a good shell. Nothing given away this so far. They end up having to foist it long down the pitch, and then we end up clearing it the other way. Battle through the midfield. And we win the battle of the midfield, and away we go. Well done. Looking for Barney on the right-hand side. Does he have it? I thought he had. Oh! And there he goes, and it's going to go out for a corner. Well done, Barney. Well done. Hustled his butt, got beat just to the ball, made enough of a play to bring it back, causes the player to stumble on the ball, fall down. Barney just says, you know what, I'm going to let that roll. We're going to take a corner over from the right-hand side. Left-footed in-swinger from McLean coming, I'm assuming. I haven't seen it. Score on a set piece. Let's do this. Clueworth. Left-footed in-swinger right in front of the cop. Do it. Far post, dangerous right there. Scores! Ollie Rathbone sneaking his way in from the left-hand side on the far post. Drops the left boot on it. Get in, baby. 1-0. I'm dropping things. I'm throwing things, and I don't really care. Ollie Rathbone, you freaking beauty. He's a goal scorer, ladies and gentlemen. That box-to-box assessment is garbage because he's a goal scorer. He just beat his man. Back post, right foot. Sorry, I thought it was the left foot. Got it with the right foot. And if I'm Perkins, I'm looking for my drawers because Ollie Rathbone just stripped him naked right past him. Love it. Love it. Whew. Oh, man. I'm waiting for the Font Mob score and Perkins to go down to a 2.2 because that was horrible. Yes, Angel. Ollie, has been a monster. And completely against what I would have expected and what we saw in the first 10, 15 games of the year, where you saw box to box, and B, how many times did we say about Ollie? Like, he just has no offensive ability. He's just not there offensively, but that's fine. He provides so much other stuff. And now all of a sudden, he's a man with lightning in his boots. What the hell, right? And B might not be there. By
the way, great service by McLean. Last couple of games when he's in, he's been spot on with those.
Yeah. Holy, well, that felt good. And in a game where the build up of this to that moment was, and who is this? Is this our coach? Their coach? Who's got the like? Is that allowed? I got to look up the Leyton Orient coach, because that's the second time they've shown that guy with the headset on, and he's hiding underneath it. You know, you want to talk about Tim the Tool Man sitting there with the fence over his face. Leyton Orient manager. That did appear to be Richie Wellens, no? And so is he suspended? February 2nd, Richie Wellens was given a three-match ban. And so that's something to do for the hors d'oeuvres, him sitting in the stadium with the microphone relaying information. If he buys a ticket, I believe he can be there, but can't say anything. Well, he's clearly got a headset. And that's the issue. And I don't have I thought the suspension was you can't. I mean, in North American sports, you can't take a role to interfere with the managing of the game. And so I'd be curious as to what the hell's going on there. McLean, right side, dangerous block. Is it going to go off? No, Sweeney defends him well there. That's something to look up for the hors d'oeuvres, because honestly, I don't know. I haven't looked up what's permitted and what's not permitted in those situations. So if you know, feel free to pitch that one in. At the end of the day, doesn't matter. But as I was saying, the importance of that is the game looked like this is going to be a low-scoring affair with two teams that were defensively set up. And a set-piece goal goes a long way to win things over and to set things up for us. So well done as Barney tries to get it and goes offside, they say. Bugger off, Lionel. Yeah, and that's what I had the issue with too. And it may just be North American influence, but the fact that you eat a suspension, but you're there with a headset giving your thoughts, I want to know who's on the receiving end of that. Somebody check Twitter. See if there's other people who are watching Sweeney doing his thing. Barney going down, gets pushed in the back, and it's going to be a free kick as the other way as Williams gets a little bit overzealous 35 yards out and bowls over the winger. Angel is like, don't need a toque. I just need to show up. Long ball all the way down. Smith. Oh, giveaway. Opportunity dances to the left. Oh, he got snuck up and pickpocketed by Sweeney. As I think that was Happy and Sweeney who played a little bit ma-pa defense there, and Smith was the one who eked it out. And EOC nicely recovers and drops that over to Kluworth, and it's a long ball going forward looking for Smith, but it's not going to be there, and it's headed back. Rodriguez trying to get it, can't do it, headed away, and flicked up into the air. EOC.
Oh.
Moved forward, knocked down. Oh, stab there, knocked over. Oh, beautiful ball over top. Sam Smith, come on, do a thing. To the left, knocked down, still there. To the right, to the left. McLean blocked up in the air. No. We were there all mixing about. Sam Smith had it. Ball was bouncing, so he had to chest it down. And when doing that, it got backheeled up in the air. His only option, getting it over to McLean, who drives the left foot. But it was, I believe that was Perkins who got, Galbraith, who got over and blocked that one. So we're going to get a cross over from the left side. I'm assuming that this is Ollie Rathbone taking this one. How's he going to score an Olympico if he's taking it? And Swinger close to gold. Another dangerous one is up. And can it be saved by Maddie? No, it can't. And it's going to go for a goal kick or another corner. Another corner. McLean running over to take it. Let's do things. That was rude of Sweeney. Interesting. I'm going to come back to that thought after I get this one. Left-footed McLean ripped low, headed away. Not much lift on that one, so it was able for them to get their head on it near post and clear it. Come on now, get that far post. McLean's over on the right side. Can't do it. So Wensley's saying the starting 11 seems to work well if Mullen gets to his full potential and Lee is back and even Palmer. I see good things. I see good things as far as depth goes, but I don't want to touch this top 11. Like, to me, this is what we keep coming with. Barney right there, right-footed, looking, searching, flicked on Rodriguez. Not enough on it and is collected in the breadbasket by Keeley. But we are starting to sniff about here.
Aren't we looking dangerous? I mean,
I think we've been dangerous. We had Smith over to McLean, who tried to thunder bastard the hell out of that one and ended up getting it blocked. And then you have that one, which into a dangerous area. Only Rodriguez is there to get the header on it. Unfortunately, not enough steam on it, and it kind of dies. That would be fascinating. Throwing down, header, moved on. Rodriguez, who looks like a thinner Fletcher
push
from a distance, back and forth, header. That was a generous free kick, calls Mr. Griffiths, and I would say that. Deandra, 43% possession. That's right in our sweet spot. Oh, another one given away and offside. Oh, a shirt pull. Smith is just equal combinations of like quick and timely and cheeky. Like the little jersey tugs, the little, elbow out. He ain't afraid to fight and get into it. Well, Barney all the way up there with a challenge, forces a mistake, and can he get it back? No, Sweeney. That's like the third time where Sweeney's made a mistake, given it away or allowed Barney to beat him, and then gets back and recovers quickly. One of these times, we will figure it out. Barney will break him down. Howard, back underway. EOC, long forward. He had a lot of stank on that one for a midfield header. And it goes down. Oh, Rodriguez just a little soft on the pass to Smith. And it was intercepted and goes the other way. Like, we are in and thereabouts, right? EOC draws it back. Howard's going to thump that all the way back. Down the pitch. Nothing is more cheeky than Ollie's smile. Or that side eye from the Channing Tatum. What am I talking about? The Magic Mike Super Bowl ad. Wow, Brunt just nicks that one and says, sorry, I'm taking this one. He's off, and he slipped.
Perfect pass.
They say he wasn't off.
Oh, he was?
I think he was off anyway. It was down close, but I think he was just a hair forward. But it doesn't matter. He blew his he blew his what's the right word? Tire. He blew a tire. And he slipped all over the place. I can't even blame an early morning wake up for this one and for the stuttering and the stumbling and the bumbling. Oh, I see. The round 31. I'm sitting there looking at FOTMob being like, what's with all these full-time matches? But they do them because they're doing it by round on FOTMob on the scoreboard. So I don't see all of the scores. I just see the Wickham game. Everything else lists as a final. I was like, wait a second. Mansfield's not playing Northampton today. Stevenage. No, I just saw Stevenage Charlton. Leyton Orient. pitches it forward. You know what we've done remarkably well, Brendan, and I guess everybody that's listening is just nick the ball around the pitch. We've had opportunities all over the place as they're coming forward here. Sweeney, 20 yards out, leaves it over there for Williams, 18 yards out over on the left-hand side. He's got Sweeney to his left, Barney marking him, and it comes over to the right to Brown. Brown over to Sweeney. Those three working it over on that left-hand side. It's now back to Brown. He's going to start the switch on over to the right-hand side. Haven't had extended possession from the O's probably all game, 26 mark, but this is where we're at. And we're over with Perkins on the right-hand side. Galbraith comes to help out, and the three of them start to set up over there before the switch over to the left. Shut down the door on the left, shut down the door on the right. Wait for a mistake and see if we can nick it. Oh, two players blow it, and now we're in trouble. 18 yards and short men. McCross coming over. McLean can't get there into the area. EOC with the rescue header to clear as everybody starts to get set as we had two players blow their coverage and get a little bit heavy on the over pursuit. Allowing Stevenage. Why do I keep doing this? Orient to go the other way. The captain Prattley now with it. Crossback. Stuffed that, but it's knocked and just ricocheted wide. That was a weird cutback pass. Oh, this is what I was looking for. An EFL manager under suspension at a match means that the manager is currently serving a touchline pen and is not allowed to be on the pitch or in the technical area during the game, usually due to previous misconduct or disciplinary action, meaning they must watch the match from the stands instead. Their assistant manager will take charge on the sidelines. So still doesn't say anything about, I mean, it doesn't prohibit the radio stuff. I mean, the spirit of that means to say, if you're under suspension, it's because of what you were doing from on a technical capacity. So the headsets should be stripped away. Sit in the stands if you want to enjoy the game. But I guess I appreciate that, Brad. Thank you for digging that up. It still doesn't, to me, answer the question whether it's allowed or not. And I would tend to think it shouldn't be. Going to be a goal kick, looking for help. Rathbone sitting there saying, I got a corner, but nobody gets any attention. Angel identifying Lincoln up 1-0. All the rest are 0-0. Can't find anything on headsets, which probably means it's okay. And everybody who's watching this who's in the UK is like, why is this a problem? To me, the spirit of the rule is if you were suspended because you were doing crap on the touchline, then you shouldn't be doing stuff that influences crap on the touchline. But maybe something for me to tweet about afterwards and have a whole bunch of people call me a plastic fan. Battle in the middle of the pitch. Everybody goes to ground except for us, and so we maintain possession. And it's Barney over on the right-hand side with Sweeney again. Forgets the ball, does Barney, but collects it. Barney on Sweeney, 18-yard box, 16 yards, 9 yards, cross. Let's take a corner. Well done. We'll take it. Surprise. I think this is the first time, and Brendan can correct me if I'm wrong, but the first time that we've seen largely a team just allow Barney to be one-on-one, just to set one defender out there for him.
That defender's pretty good on him,
yes.
Though. Barney's not getting any advantage, but he's earned a few corners, so that's good enough.
McLean, left-footed in-swinger from the right-hand side. Far post, it's up there again. Easily collected, jump up, Keeley. I like that. Though. Force the magic, and here comes the counter-attack. 4-on-3 at the moment with red jerseys coming back. 3-on-3 now into the area, cross, and well done, Matty James getting over there, standing in front of that entry from Perkins and just getting it out. Still under threat, 18 yards after the throw in, 9 yards, looking for the cross, and it's over to the captain, Prattley, draws it back, Galbraith, building over on the right, and I love this. This is, to me, is the frustrating part, is when you get it down and you've got nothing to go, especially when you have lots of bodies forward, and you can't feel confident enough to be able to build it forward, so you have to draw it back. They re-enter, and they're going to get another cutback pass, and it's there, it's dangerous, right foot, scores. That's frustrating. The cutback pass wasn't on target. Nobody went and collected it. And so they were able to go back on the cutback and get it, right footer. And that was, I'll say it, bad goaltending. Howard didn't move, froze, hits the post and goes in. 1-1. Uh-oh, the scoreboard spoiled that one and went to 1-1 in advance there, Brendan. You don't think that Chomp could have made a play on that one? He's got all those bodies in front. You can cheat over to the right-hand side. There's nowhere else for him to go. Am I not seeing that?
I don't think that's his fault at all. If someone's going to hit a post like that.
Kelman, their leading goal scorer, finds one anyways, and now we're back to 1-1. And here I was talking about this being a low-scoring game based on how they were playing. 30 minutes in, we've got a 1-1 score. Don't listen to me. I know nothing. The scoreboard's 2 minutes ahead. We might have to lose it there, B.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the concern, Andy, and I'm with you. It was the no urgency. And the weird thing is earlier on, just about 5-10 minutes ago, you had to cut back from Prattley that looked absolutely atrocious, and we were able to get in the way. Here you've got the exact same cutback pass. It misses again. Both of them missed. And here's the headset again. Oh, that's what I was talking, Wensley. They showed him again, and he is talking. Nobody seems to be worried about it on Twitter. Stolen. Rathbone going the other way. Beat him anyway. That's all I got to say. Yeah, nobody really worried about it. So we'll leave that one alone. And we'll come back at a later date. Brunt, something fun to talk about anyway, and that's a long ball and not offside because that was Sweeney who was off. So Smith is there. He was well ahead of the other two defenders, but that was Sweeney on the opposite side who put him on. And so it's back to McLean. He's going to go to the left-hand side, and we're going to rebuild and build up through the back. There you go. Bryn's asked Wrexham. Barney, left footer. Oh, did that get blocked, or he just shanked that? He just shanked that. What happened there? You don't normally see that from Barney. I'm with you, Charles. Wins are we're desperate for them. Leyton with it. Wouldn't be a good game if it wasn't nervy. Like we've talked about this being a build-up and being important, and it has all the trappings of it. You've got two teams that are cautious, two teams that are taking shots at each other. It's going to be a long one. We've got a prediction from Wensley saying a goal at 37. I will take it. Stolen in the midfield by the O's, and here they come on the right-hand side. Free kick the other way. Rodriguez able to nick that ball, got stabbed in the feet, and so we'll get a free kick just inside our side of half, and let's go. Let's do things. EOC taking it through the middle of Rodriguez. Over to McLean on the left-hand side. There's no red jersey, so he's got to hold, drive towards the goal line, and he's going to try and get the cross. Oh, Sweeney was there for Smith, but he couldn't get to it. And I think
that was a good cross. We just weren't rushing forward.
There was a groan from the crowd, but I think that was where they were expecting Smith to get to. But Smith, whether it was late starting or the ball was just too far forward, just didn't get there. Throw in, nothing there. Dobson goes for it. Foul. This one's in a dangerous territory. I like these.
He picks up his arm and kicks his leg out and throws him to the ground
and then complains. And so that was the foul by Simpson who committed that one. And this one is in one of those dangerous territories where it's like 18-yard box, but it's about 3 yards. So we're looking about 22, 23 yards away. Far enough away that you can make a mess with a pass, close enough that it's hard to react to things. I like these. I like these. And so it's going to be Rathbone with a right footer staring at the line. It's there. Rodriguez too high. Couldn't get over top of the ball. And so it ends up being skied up into the air. Patrick O'Shaughnessy says Wrexham 3, Orient 1 for his prediction. Wensley saying it looks like Rodriguez is going to score. He's been on it, to be fair. He's had opportunities. And this is what I'm liking is it's our strike force. It's also creating and contributing here. Like there's an extra, I'm coming back. I'm going to nick this ball. I'm going to find somebody in the midfield to go with it rather than just holding up and losing it at my feet. And so whoa, bad pass. And we give away. Matty misread with Barney where he was going, and Barney cut back to go to the right, and Matty gave him the ball where he was and not where he was going. Come on now. Staff Sergeant Drysdale giving him the gears and making Sweeney come all the way back to throw it in. Headed away by Barney. Up in the air by Sweeney. Rodriguez nudges him out of the way. Just backs into him. Blocks him out. Enjoy, Deandra. Have a wonderful one. It does not allow 10-year-olds to drive cars. As entertaining as that would be. Oh. Just feels like it's build up, and then there's just a sudden breakdown. And it's the team that's going to be able to take advantage of those breakdowns is going to be the one. And so far we did with the set piece, and they did with that mistake down the side. A cannon blast. I don't care where they come from, to be fair. I'll call the 97th minute of added time. No time left. Last play of the game, and Howard goes all the way forward. Dangerous. 18-yard box. Drawn all the way over. Still 18-yard box. One man on. Brunt. McLean comes back. Rathbone comes back, and we nick it. And now are we away on the counter? Oh, nice little dance back into the inside. Rathbone doing dancy things. Holy crap, a whole bunch of possession there. And then he gets tripped up and no call on the back. If you miss that, watch that on the replay there. Barney over, gets it, draws it back. He's got Clueworth coming to him. Do a thing here because Rathbone deserves a lot of love on that build-up as he's back in it to collect. He's everywhere as Ollie Rathbone. He's a single one-man team. Service, up, chested down. Matty James can't collect. It's up in the air. Rathbone's got to put an oxygen mask on. He's all over the place. Barney with it. Serve it up. Sweeney, he beats Sweeney all the way around. Crosses there. Rodriguez, Ken Smith, knocked down and chest. Goal. Not goal. Not goal. Not goal. No, come on. What a 4, 3, 2, 1. That was 2 minutes, was it? Smith had that. Was going to ground, right foot, stab at it, and just right into Keeley's basket. What the bloody hell was that? Brendan, tell me about Ollie Rathbone.
He's all over the place, huh?
What was that? That was crazy.
By the way, I don't know if you missed it. I think it was Clueworth. So it looked like Leyton Orient had a player wide open just outside the box, and Clueworth was giving him way too much space off to the right. And I'm thinking, oh, no, this guy's going to shoot and bend it around. There's no way Howard can defend this from this distance. And he knew the guy was a left-footed player, and he had shaded him to the left and shut it all down. And even though there was a mile to the right, the player wouldn't go there. So he passed it. He was in the perfect position. And instead of shooting it, he couldn't with his off foot, and he had to give it away. And Clueworth knew it. And it was just relaxed, going, nope, you can't go to your right, you know.
They just showed Rathbone dribbling through those 3 players in a little spin cycle move with the switch over to the right and going back and get it. And yeah, I did miss that, so I'm going to have to go back and have a look. Ollie trying to break the player rating system. And that's the fun part, isn't it? Is we are playing a whole heck of a lot better. I don't want to be that team who says, well, we improved at the end of the year, but we didn't get the results. We deserve, because we've been playing well, and we are playing well. Open right-hand side, Prattley, 18-yard box. He's going to be able to run this in. Wow, that was, you know what? Prattley with the assist, but it was off of a mistake on the goal to Kelman. He had a cross that was horrible early, and that stab attempt over the other side was equally atrocious. He hasn't looked good tonight, despite having that assist, and I will take it. Because where was this? He's not under pressure from anybody, and he right-footed that one way over. But he's the second highest on their FOTMOB rating. Man, that Ollie Rathbone. I'm trying to think, Brendan, have we had an instance where you've had one player like just basically strap up and say, I'm going to dance around a bunch of guys, make a pass, go over, collect the ball, and just own this entire build-up like Ollie Rathbone just did there? Like, I'm even thinking going back.
There was a game where Barney was dominating, and instead of crossing, he took it in and then shot it himself and scored.
Right. I know.
But yeah. Other than that, I think you're right. One-man army, because there's been several times where Barney on the counter and he'll run 3/4 the length of the field and put a move on someone. So
yeah. EOC went to the ground instead, and it went to the feet of the bad guys. And EOC comes back and well tackled to clear that one, and McLean comes back to rescue it to Brunt. Interesting, because that's the first time I'd seen him intentionally head it to ground, and it didn't go where he wanted to. James Chip, come on. Not enough contact. He had his arm wrapped around and had him chicken winged and was running with him, and Smith goes to ground maybe to help the call. But the contact was certainly there, and the referee says, no, thank you. Don't worry, we score in added time. I hope from my own heart, my own health, that's not true. Rathbone reminds me of young Mickey Thomas in the late 70s. And yeah, I mean, I've only seen highlights of Mickey, but there's certainly similarities there, both with flow and with style and with size. Mickey, I would have with Mickey. I would have a more offensive prowess, but lately with Ollie, he's certainly been channeling him because he's found it. Right, McLean left hand side bounces around, tackled out, and we'll get a throw in as my feed goes a little bumpy for a second. Come on. Before the half, find something. Smith, nice little lift up over to McLean. That was odd. I thought he was going to go to
Give Rodriguez. Her half of her scoop.
Leave it up. But we'll get a throw.
Yeah, but you could feed Angel. Sorry about that, guys.
I was just listening to Magic and was hoping in the background, was hoping that that's all it was. I didn't know if it went live, but when you said sorry.
I have 2 cats, and they're sitting there screaming at me, and my son's in playing video games, and I'm just like, feed the damn cats.
Kids. McLean, well done. He's going to earn that one, gets hauled down, play on, let him play. McLean with it, gets across, ekes a corner. Give the corner. Absolutely. James McLean says, I see you, Ollie Rathbone, doing one-man army things. Let me do the same. Runs down, corner flag, goes to ground, gets hauled down, bit of contact. Referee says, I'm going to let that go. So McLean just smashes it off of him and earns a corner. Set piece. Do a thing. Ollie Rathbone, right-footed in-swinger from the left-hand side in front of the cop. Here she comes. It's close to net, near post. I don't like those near posts, and they've been well guarded by Leyton Orient today. I think they've been struggling with those up in the air mid-post. Push in the back, free kick given.
Good call.
You know what? I don't like that as a call, to be fair. Sweeney just gave the push in the back, and that one was pretty soft. But the thing is,
a nudge in the back, like bending him over is one thing, sending him 5 feet so he doesn't even have a shot at the play.
That was a bit of a sell, but he's been consistent. He's been consistent that he's not allowing the pushes in the back. So the last time we were here, this one's a little bit closer to the center of the pitch, but same sort of distance away. It was Rodriguez off the head. Rathbone searching. Do you have a right foot, Ollie, to pick that top corner? He's looking at it just right there, and now he's going back to the mob over the other side. Flicked up, far post. Nothing there. Oh, it's still in the area, though. EOC. Not the most fleet of foot, but oh, nice draw back there. Matty James heads it down, or clears it. It's still there, bounces around off of a head, and I think we blocked that ourselves. I think that was a Rodriguez punt up in the air that ended up hitting our head and being cleared, and here comes Leyton Orient now trying to do the counter and flipped up over top, and whew. Howdy, Dale, you've missed things. Oh, my heart. Oh, my days. This has been something. I'm enjoying this, even though it's a 1-1 draw. Like, there's stuff happening all over the place. And a long one over top. Is it there for Smith? He's still on side. Knocks it down, 18-yard box, trying to search for it. Push in the back. Still maintains it. Get the pass. No, he's going to shoot. It's up in the air. Sweeney clears. Stirring the drink non-stop. Brunt with it now, left-hand side. Like, if you're not watching this one, watch back on the highlight. Like, this is just, there's stuff happening all over the place. All over the place. Pulled down, and that's going to be a yellow. Too much on the pullback, and I don't think it was necessary, but I guess he put the charge on it, and Williams is going to cry. But Dobson, definitely a yellow. He reached out and grabbed him and pulled him back on the break, and I don't think it had to be that obvious. You had Kluworth over there. You had coverage. It was one man breaking in on 3. But I guess if he scores, you look back at it before the half and go, that was a mistake. But
yeah, wasn't the ref told him, I already gave him a yellow. Stop your faking and get up.
Yeah, good question. I mean, that's the one that I have. More man bun, more cowbell. Right-footed crossover from Leyton Orient just inside the 18-yard box, headed down by Brunt, headed down by McLean, headed forward, and the referee says, blow it down. Halftime. I need the facilities, Brendan, so I'm going to give you the keys for the first 2 minutes to have a chat and give us a feedback on that one, and then I'll slide back in.
All right, sounds good. Was able to get the cowbell in there for you, Woody. 1-1. Not exactly the score we were rooting for, but I think that's the play we're looking for. Yeah, I'll make it a command, Dave. I didn't make it a command for you yet. I'll do that when Sean comes back, and you can cowbell anytime you want. I wasn't going to score. It was undisciplined play. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know that he was going to score. I think that he didn't want to take any chances going into half. Yeah, Jason, I agree. Look, I think if we're going to play like we did in the first half, if we can consistently play halves like we were playing there, and making that many opportunities, playing that hard, that much hustle. Yeah, I think we're going to get into the automatic promotion. I see us winning a heck of a lot, and if not, drawing, because as good as we looked last game and as good as we look in this first half, if that's our standard, goals are going to fall eventually. Things are, we're making so many great opportunities, and we're just not finishing. And I like this not finishing that we're doing now, as opposed to the ones where we have sitters and we're just blowing it, or a guy's wide open and he hooks it, 3 yards right of the goal. Like, that's infuriating. This is, the ball almost gets to a guy, or it's bouncing just a little, or a slight slip here. Like, this feels like it's about ready to happen, not guys just absolutely blowing it.
And the nice thing about the buildup is the diversity of it. Smith adds a different dynamic in the sense that we're now pushing the ball direct for him, and he's been able to run on, and we've been able to collect and build up through the middle. So it's not just desperate search over to the right, look for the cross from Barney. although that's certainly there, right? And the other thing is because we're nicking the ball as much as we are, it's just we're getting so many touches in the box. Like, to me, that's the big shift when we talk about the positivity of the game and how we can look forward to results, is because we're getting so many touches in the opposition box. 13-2, and more than any other statistic that's out there, that to me is one of the more important ones, because whether you're firing in long balls and you're looking for aerial, like you're looking for battles in the air, or you're building it up through the ground, it's those touches in the box that are indicative of you owning that final third. And we're ahead 13-2 in that regard. So Barney's mixing it up. As long as the team desires to score, then we will. I want just finish. That's all I want. Let's just finish. Get the points today. Everything looks good. Like, we are passing the eye test, but I would rather be bang average and get points than look really good and not get the points. And so, great. We look awesome. And our XG is up to 0.84, right? To their 0.29. Awesome. Let's find a way to get it across the line.
I think, though, the point you made that I think is pretty crucial is we look dangerous in different ways. We're not locked into Barney just crossing it, right? And we're not locked into the old style of those Tozer bombs, right? Like, we seem multidimensional now. Before, I remember we were winning, and it was like, if it wasn't for Barney putting amazing crosses on to Fletcher and other guys, and far post to McLean several times, and different people, then we would have lost all those games. We had nothing else going on anywhere else. And now it's coming from all directions, all over the place, both sides of the pitches. And this seems sustainable, where I thought, how our defense is not just double teaming Barney and shutting us down. Like, that's all they'd need to do, and we would never score. And now we have other options. So,
sorry, I muted myself here because somebody's annoyingly calling me like 8 times, and if that's you, stop, because it makes my feed stop. So I'm gonna have to get all started up and refired up here. No, I mean, yeah, 100% on board with that, obviously, because it's you were backing me up. But it's that was about as good a first half as I could have expected and asked for. And I mean, 9 shots to 4, 3 shots on target, 1 big chance. I mean, our passing's low and our efficiency's not there on passing, but that's not really outside the norm. The interceptions 4-2, it felt like more. Like, didn't it feel like we were sort of closing off space and stealing balls away from them all over the place? And I don't know what they call an interception, because sometimes it wasn't a direct interception, but it was forced play that caused a mistake, and we were the beneficiary of those mistakes. And I just felt like that was happening all over the place. Yes, they scored. Yes, they scored against the run of play. And I'm sorry, they had ball possession at 58% to 42%. But they had 4 shots and 1 shot on target. And I don't think that there was much that was dangerous. Like, to me, this is either a draw or it's us with a win. I'd be shocked if it goes the other way. Something would have to go wrong. But is that the sense that you get after the first half, is we're going to come out at worst a draw on this?
Yeah, I mean, I would think at worst. They have the slightest of opportunities here and there, but not consistently. Like, even in the midfield, like they seem a little bit more worried and desperate. They're not trying to control it. They're just trying to get it out of, like, it's trying to stop our consistent pressure. It feels like, like they only seem to be in kind of a counter, taking advantage of a few counters. And I would rather us get several good opportunities and then try to stop a potential counter from them. I think we'll be fine. Again, this 3-2 or 3-1, I think is coming.
Yeah, there's certainly more goals in this thing. What's going on with my feed today? What else can we talk about? The one thing I haven't talked about, I didn't even bring it up in the first half, and that's on me. So I might have to get in an extra mention. But if you're enjoying this, the like button down below, smash that. TikTok, go over TikTok at the Red Horde, hit that, and follow along there, please, if you wouldn't mind, as we're trying to get to 1,000 so that we can stream over there as well. And I'll look that up while I'm in the UK and figure it out. If you are over on Twitter or on Twitch and you're following along, jump over to YouTube, youtube.com at the Red Horde. And you can get involved in the chat that's occurring there, or you can even say hi. I've gone over to the chat and I can even type in here and say hi from over there. And I'm curious as to what it does when I do that, but we'll send it over. And then we've got our sponsor, Ultimate Promotions, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. If you are looking for pins like this for trading, for your sport, for your club, you're looking for them for work, for your nonprofit, whatever it is, badges for work, medals for your challenge, your kids' sports competition, or whatever you would need medals for, talk to them. Ultimate Promotions, free artwork, free shipping, 48 years of impeccable service. They're sponsoring this all season long so that you don't have ads pop up while we're doing it. Go and check them out, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. What do you think? Did I pick the right my wife gave me permission to go to 3 games and maybe a 4th. Did I pick the right ones over the next 5? That's the question that I want to know. And for those that weren't here, the 3 games that I've picked, I'm going to go to Bolton at home on St. David's Day, March 1st. I'm going to go to Huddersfield away immediately following that one. And I'm going to go to Wickham away. The 2 games that I'm not going to make it to, Reading away and Rotherham at home. Rotherham is my 4th option. So did I choose right, or would you have subbed out one of those 3 games for that Rotherham home game? I'm curious.
It's all the exciting ones.
I was hard because I wanted to go to the race course to take in Rotherham, but it's Wickham and Wrexham. Like, if I can get a ticket to that, why wouldn't I be a sucker?
Yeah, as long as you get to the church one time, right?
Yeah, get to the church one time, do my Hail Marys and all the things that I need to do. I'm all for it. I got 2 people sitting over on Twitch. Jump on over. Check it out. 45 followers. I've never been over to Twitch during a feed. And so it's been fun to go over and check that. And I've got people following and clicking. Maybe I should be more active on this and see if I can draw in people here as well. What else do we talk about? Grab the chat. I haven't run a poll. I used to count the minutes until Palmer and Lee were swapped out. Right, John? There's the comment. You want to talk about a first half, and we've gone into halves far less positive than this and come out just great because, as John just identified, I used to count the minutes until Palmer and Lee were swapped out. How many times, Brendan, did we run a poll that said, is somebody coming in before the 65th minute, or are we just waiting until the 65th minute?
Yeah, we were just dying to get Fletcher on, thinking that was our one of our only chances to make something happen, right?
Yeah. Lots of others wondering about the headset on Blue Sky and Ask Wrexham. Mark doesn't know about the communication with the bench, and we'll look into it for the podcast tomorrow. So it's an interesting dynamic. It just smells wrong. And Mark 1, Leyton announcer 0. Professional yellow. Yeah, I'm curious with maybe we make that a poll. Is what do people think about? Oops.
What? About
whether headset, not whether it is or isn't, but should it be? If you're suspended, should you be allowed to have a headset while watching on the bench?
Hey, I don't want to win on technicalities. Come on.
I'm not saying win on technical. Well, sure, I would put a protest in anyway and start it right now and say, it's before the end of the match.
We go win the game, guys.
Yes, go win the game. But should it be allowed? That's the bigger question I have. Is
what I can't let them do it, and then if it's wrong, let them get double suspended for another 2 games, right, or something like that.
And I'm okay with that too. Should suspended managers, staff be allowed to
that guy on a headset's not beating us. That's not what's going to do it.
I'm with you 100%. At the same time, I don't like cheating bastards. It just feels wrong to me, but yes, no, and I'll put in a who cares. And then that'll tell me.
John Lane's making my point. Whether or not we go ahead and win this one, if we're playing like this from here on out, we're going up, I think. So
yeah. All right, I'm gonna grab this. I had to swap ears with this headset. My ears are not good with this headset. These earplugs. So can assume we're gonna get Fletcher in at the 65th minute. Or how long until we get Marriott, do you think? Would you change things up when it seems to me that they're running as hot as they are?
Yeah, I mean, I think Rodriguez is the guy that tires first. Smith always looks really good, but Marriott does have a high motor. You know, he's not too far behind Rathbone in his in how much he pushes. So I think he can make a difference. You know, you want him to get a good 20 minutes at least. So
yeah, it's one of those things with the striker coming in is it's tough to come in with just 10 minutes and feel the game out, right? I'm happy to see Longman come in for Barney, which I never would have thought that I'd say, but it changes up the dynamic enough over on that right-hand side as well. But yes, winning is what this game is all about, and that's what I'm for. We have looked good. We've looked absolutely swell. But and I could walk out of here with the dejected, but we looked good mentality if we're not able to pull this out. But at the end of the day, the points matter, and that's what we're all about. And I'd rather, like I said, I'd rather be bang average and be getting points and be looking this tasty, but not eating. So let's get it. Marriott pushes more than your average maternity ward. Far out. David, thank you for that one. Players making their way out on the pitch. I don't think it'd be Smith for Fletcher. I think it's Rodriguez for Fletcher at 65th minute and Smith and Marriott at the 72nd minute. You've got to give Marriott at least 18 minutes to bring him in. But it's one of those things too. Smith has looked dangerous today. So do you just say, you know what? I'm gonna ride Smith because he's performing.
I think both wingbacks have looked really good. I mean, we've got corners because of McLean. McLean is our best corner taker right now, especially from the right side. In-swinger. What would you say, on the right side?
Yeah, right side.
Yeah. So it's hard to take him out on that. And, you know, Barney's earning them, and McLean's the one putting good service in. So it's kind of difficult to want to swap them out. But.
Well, and a different style. Barney's able to drop like rainbows on top of people's heads, right? Where McLean is more direct and going to come at you from the wing and create a bit of a mess and try to find somebody through that box. We're back underway here. Just a reminder, Wrexham going from right to left on your computer monitors. The O's of Leyton Orient going from left to right. And we're going to get this thing underway shortly. Embrace it. We're underway. Clueworth with it. Get us started. Let's get one early so I can just breathe a little bit. As Sweeney there heads that up, and Barney's going to knock it down 19 yards over. He's going to spin looking for some support. Sweeney there. Challenges on. That was well done by Sweeney. Not enough there to get the foul, and that was just Sweeney won that battle. Handball turns the other way. We'll just get a free kick at the halfway line. D. Scott says, Wrexham has a lot of games in a short period of time. To maximize points over the next couple of months, we need to use the bench as much as possible. Also true. I do think that we can ride guys right now if we wanted to. I think we've been fairly generous with our minutes and time off. As that was headed up. It's there. Smith knocks it down, tries to find Rathbone, the goal scorer, and can't do it inside the box. Still creating a mess and causing problems as Clueworth up to Barney. Sweeney steps out. He's got two guys on him. And there's Sweeney just knocks down that cross, and it's going to go Rodriguez can't get to it. Uh-oh. Kelman's got the pace to BDOC. Brunt, get on your horse. We got 3 on 2, and they're holy lucky. B, did you just have a heart attack there because you saw 3 men running forward and EOC taking on a speedster? I had a heart attack. Ayo may have made that save, but I'm not sure he would have handled some of the incoming pressure as well as Howard. That's fair. And Gabalok, vamos Wrexham. And I won't go with the rest of it, but thank you for joining us from Honduras. Right-footed in-swinger from Leyton Orient, going far post, dangerous, and Howard, well done, takes control of the box, knocks it down. They're going to come forward and collect. Swept back in, headed away, collected there by Williams, pushes it over to the left-hand side. We're still under threat. Lots of bodies forward. Can we get a clearance? Well done, headed. Who was that? Was that Lewis Brunt who ninja'd around his man and headed that one away? Important clear there. And there's a free kick. Got to come to us as Rodriguez just gets tripped up. Was that Brunt around on the backhand side who recovered and pulled this header away? Gets wrong shouldered, comes around? Absolutely. It was danger. They're talking to put it into a 6-yard box, but he headed it away from contact. And so that's why I'm better us getting a header on it than them getting a header on it, even though we put it into a dangerous spot. There was nobody there. So it was well done. And Leyton Orient saying, hey, we're still in this game. Let us do things as they move the ball forward again. Under threat, 18-yard box, and a great little tackle, at least to disrupt, but still available. Leyton Orient into the box. Shot stopped. Howard cleared. EOC. Leyton Orient doing things, and Rodriguez out with the push, trying to get there, and it's cleared back for Leyton Orient, this is the most extended pressure we've really seen from them all here in the second half. And then a miss hit by Sweeney. Oh boy, not liking our first start of our second half here. Rodriguez touches it down, puts it forward. Smith onto the charge, asking for the keeper to come out, and Keeley comes out and grabs that as he couldn't beat Hape. Sweeney's got it, left-hand side. Come on. Like button down below. Smash it if you have it. Galbraith for Leyton Orient over to the right-hand side. Perkins now 20 yards out. He's got Brunt on him, dancing around. McLean comes out to help. Galbraith draws it back. Perkins draws it back to Galbraith into the area now. It's left over. Left footer swept too high. Sort of fortunate there as Perkins had a clear opportunity. Did that go for a corner? I thought that he just lifted that straight out. Oh no, it did hit a body. Dangerous as Leyton Orient. And the chat goes silent as everybody probably a little nervous on the field on this one. Oh boy. In swinger again from the left-hand side. Continued pressure here from Wrexham as Cleworth is one-arming one man near post. Headed away. Uh-oh, danger volley scores. Fuck. It was coming. All that magic they were talking about, how good that we looked in the first half, and then here just built up. Built up. The lino's gone all the way up, halfway up the pitch to talk to the referee about something. No, there's nothing in that one. The lino's going out. The referees, Rathbone was protesting, but I don't think there was anything in that. That one just nothing that Howard could do. No blame, no fault there. Just defensively, we looked like crap. Okay. I don't want to be right. Yeah, I don't know what they were asking for. Rodriguez, 18-yard box. Crossed, banged. Now it's us. We got to make the comeback. Lots of time in this one.
You said 3-2. I'm still banking on
it. I didn't see Marcus talking about a concerted complaint that happened. I didn't see anything that would take that one away. Brendan, did you see anything in that?
I don't know what he's complaining about. Was there someone off sides that it hit? It looked like it got deflected, and there was one player
but I don't think
off sides. I don't know if that was him that it hit.
See, I'm with you. If it was allowed, he wouldn't be sitting there smuggling it, would he? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not whining about
We're losing
it.
the game.
You know,
We're losing the game, and we're losing it because we had one lapse in the first half, and then we just got beat there. And this on that second goal,
there was way too much room. There were not enough bodies on that. Like that guy had a lot of space, and yeah, I mean Howard didn't have a prayer. So
no, a hard thumped ball that hit a body and deflected. There ain't nothing that Howard's doing on that one.
Now, it looked like it was heading towards him, kind of, and then it kind of angled off to the left, outside.
Can't lose at home. Can't lose at home. And if this doesn't light a fire, and so let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Change room's too comfortable. The leather coaches need to go. Fire and brimstone. Iron and steel. The battle through the midfield, and we lost it, and it's deflected off of Rathbone. And here comes Leyton Orient again. Perkins through the middle. Go well done by Brunt to go and take that. Turns around and blocks the guy off, and away he goes. Brunt picks a pocket from one, thumps the other, plays it forward, and the pass just can't get there. Rodriguez couldn't catch up the garbage in behind, and away we go. Oh, the push is on again. Galbraith, 20 yards out, numbers in the box, pushes it forward 6 yards, leaves it for Galbraith. It's down there, left-footed. No, he's not going to take that. I think that if he had his designs, Donnelly could have taken that one. Instead, it's going to go the other way, and it's going to be Smith chasing it down, can't get to it. Keeley comes out and plays it. (4-3-3) incoming.
We'll see.
I haven't heard that chant, so I'm going to assume that's a Leyton Orient one. Hey, hey, baby. Ooh. 2-on-1. Kelman crosses over. It's heavy. Can Howard get there? He does. I'm okay with leaving it us exposed in the back if we're building up and pressuring forward, and so you have to come back, but we're not really pressing and gaining advantage of the man forward, and we're leaving the openings and holes in the back. Everything we had in the first half, gone. Throw it away so far. Almost 10 minutes in here, and there I will take that. As Smith forces out some added pressure, McLean goes quickly to grab the throw in, and let's get things turned the other way. Simpson looks dejected. That was Simpson, not happy, I believe. Knocked down, McLean with it, can't get it. We'll get another throw in. We will do it again. We're on the back feet. We're on the back of our heels on this one, too. You can just watch the players walking around. EOC sweeps it over to the right. Cleworth with it. Birmingham, thank you, W&G, for that one. Up 1-0 on Bradford. McLean, header to nowhere. Flicked on, and we might get a throw in any event here, and we will. Come on, lads, let's do things. Thrown in. Rodriguez with it. He's got numbers left and right. He's going to switch it to the left-hand side, but can't get it wide enough. Well taken by Galbraith, and he flicks it in the air. Rathbone goes to try and collect it. It's forwarded to Perkins. He kind of runs over top of it and allows, well done, Ollie. Ollie just goes back. One little misplay by Perkins, and it frees up an opportunity for Rathbone to nick the ball. McLean gets it back to Rathbone, and now it's with Matty James. Brunt, mistouch, regathers, and James over to the right-hand side. Cleworth, he's got Barney ahead, doesn't find it, chip, and it goes to nobody. Rushing. Decide if we suck or whether we turned the corner. That's what I said, didn't I? So far, the answer. Headed away, Cleworth grabs it, heads it forward. Opportunity, can't get it. Matty James draws it over to the left-hand side. Brunt to McLean, left-hand side. W&G, Burton Albion taking a red card. What stage of the game does Amber Lightfoot come on? Too late, I think, for everybody's liking is usually the general rule, isn't it? That's a nice ball from Brunt, a little bit too heavy. Well thought, though. Couldn't get it held up. And thank you for subscribing, Thomas Anderson. Appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed, do that. Slide over from Twitter if you're watching us over there. And there's an opportunity given away in a flop. Over to the right-hand side, Prattley chasing it on. Uh-oh, kicked up over top. We're dealing with danger, headed down. Get the bodies back. It's like we've given up everything defensively because we want to push forward. You got to go back and maintain that area of the pitch. That's a clash of heads. We got two people down, and the referee's not going to blow it. Now he's going to blow it down. Come on. Yeah. I thought that was a clash of heads. No. Wouldn't it be fun if he was a paying member and you were the steward and you just walked over and said, "You're out. We're kicking you out. You're violating the terms and conditions of our contract as a fan because no audio is allowed. We don't allow for that here." 3 warming up. I haven't seen anything, to be fair. Was rambling. Sam's sitting there showing off the mark on his back. Parky's shaking his head, complaining.
Just time wasting.
No sense of urgency. Wednesday, that's sort of the sense that I'm getting is the soul's been sucked out of this one a little bit. And I hope it's not just resignation. I hope it's just a blip. And we've certainly had games where we've lost the fire and we haven't looked proper and all that sort of stuff. But I'm trying to think of the last time where it felt like that at home. We've certainly got the skill and the talent and the output has been there. It's just right now, all those little things where we were gaining possession through busting our ass in the midfield, it seems to be gone. And they're getting more pressure as a consequence of that. And it's becoming more dejected as they come immediately after the free kick and get an opportunity right there. And Kelman, 18-yard box, turn off the Wi-Fi in the ground. I think it's a dedicated walkie-talkie headset, but CB, maybe you could find the channel and just listen in. It's just running in, left foot, dangerous, all the way over, maybe too far. It is too far. Kelman, though, able to collect it. He's got Clueworth on him as they're just starting to do what we did in the first half, and that's just be around the box and searches, the touches in the box. I'm curious if I was to bring that stat up. Just
Wickham's up 2-0.
As Wickham goes up 2-0, we're getting punched, knocked out all over the place. Left footed, just misses over to the right-hand side. I think Howard had that covered. Touches in the opposition box, 14-8. The fans are getting restless. Touches in the box in the second half, 6-3 for the bad guys. Or no, 6-3 for, sorry, 6-1 for them. And and if you're Parky at some point in time, I think you got to change things off. I'm surprised that they're making the substitution this early. It's Simpson coming off after that bang. Wickham up 2-0. We're down 2-1. This is about as bad as it gets. Brunt couldn't catch that one. Knocked down Rathbone can't get it, but there we go. Free up a ball, and it's pushed forward and given away by McLean on a long ball that goes nowhere close. We finally get a little bit of hustle. We earn a turnover through Rathbone and McLean working with Brunt on that left-hand side to free up the ball. We get the ball. McLean turns around and fires it to no, like there was no opportunity for Smith to go and collect up. Uh-oh, Clueworth sticks a foot in, knocks it out, swept in, headed on. Brunt able to clear that. McLean with it. He's going to knock it down and maintain it. Look for somebody to build up with. He's got Rathbone behind him. They're considering they got a 2-1 lead, the press is still on here. And there's Smith is fouled. Take it quick and go. Take it quick and go. They got lots of blue jerseys the other way. Why are we sitting there letting all the blue jerseys come back? They're pressing on us still when they're up 2-1. So you get a free kick that Smith earns. Turn it and go quick. And now they're all the way back on the other side of the ball, and we're just going to go backwards with the free kick. Farfanugan. Yes, 15 years in the National League is as bad as it gets. Let's have a little bit of perspective. That's fair. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to watch this as Rodriguez gets turned over, but the header goes out and we'll get an extra throw on the right-hand side. Cannon putting on Kit. Fletcher stripping down.
Yeah, Dobson will be coming out. Or maybe it's James, but I thought it's Dobson.
Yeah, no, I would say that's Cannon for Dobson and Fletcher for Rodriguez. And we'll see if Marriott gets a run late. I would suspect that if we're down 2-1, that it'll be Marriott coming in for somebody out of the back line, and we'll go 4-3-3. Too soon to go 4-3-3 now for me, but we'll see. Kicked out, throw in. And here come the subs. Rodriguez for Fletcher. That's about as what you'd expect. Decent performance by him. I'm happy with what he gave us in the first half. Cannon for Dobson, questioned to consider as far as Dobson's output. Didn't say his name as much as we normally do. He's been in that role up at the front. If he's not stirring the drink offensively, he's not back adding defensive support, which I didn't really see him making it his normal pit bull tactics and his tackles, is Cannon the better option for him starting in the next one? Debate? Discuss amongst yourselves?
Plus, the way that Cannon scores, he scores from distance. You don't need multiple passes. He gets it somewhere around 20, 25 meters and closes to 20 and blasts away, right? So
corner earned there from McLean. Right play. Tried to knock down the ball with a pass, but it ends up going the wrong way. Most people saying they shouldn't be able to communicate on the sidelines, or who cares. 15% saying that's absolutely fine with them. We're losing, so nothing to lose. I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. Get the damn thing done. Left-footed in swinger. Oh, dangerous far post, but Howard, that's what he does well. You put it close, you put it in the 6-yard box, and he's going to 99 times out of 100, he's going to go and grab it, collect it, punch it, do what he needs to. But wanted to play quickly, couldn't, gets it up to Clueworth. Nothing there. It makes himself an outlet, but Clueworth is going to lift it up over. Barnett flicks it on. He's got Cannon was there chasing. It's flicked on, and away we go. A little bit of front foot here, and I will take a little bit of front foot. Give me more of this, please. Hey, Sarah. Could do with a couple of cannons. Big balls. Fletcher trying to knock that down. Turns around and looks at the referee, but nothing given, so it's turned back the other way. Switch, left side. O'Connell plays it back. Howard's got it. Let's go. 66 minutes. Get on the front foot at least. Give me something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. Fletcher, well taken there as the substitute for just able to step in and grab that. Edmonds Green, the defender who subbed in for Simpson, took that one away, and Matty James there looking to turn this the other way. The fans getting loud, trying to draw them back in this. Howard, long ball. Headed away again by Edmonds Green. Cannon ducks under a man, loses the ball. Free kick given, taken quickly. I like this. Quick free kicks all the way. That's unless it's close. Barney on Sweeney. He's got him beat if he can get going. Oh, holds up, draws the other way. 18-yard box, cross into the area. Headed away by Edmonds Green. This Edmonds Green guy, you're not going to beat him in the air. He's in the right spot positionally everywhere he freaking goes, and I don't like defenders who do like he's got a good read on it. And usually you can see defenders when you can catch them out. Right now, I like where he's at defensively. Edmonds Green. You know how sometimes you just see a center back and you're like, this guy's built for this? I don't like it when they're on the other team. Rarmani Edmonds Green. He's only had 737 minutes with Leyton Orient. 26 years of age. Oh, even less than that. League matches, he's only had 188 minutes in 2 matches. Odd. Maybe I just don't know talent. Cannon, well done. Goes in. The referee will let you play, so feel free to get in and make some contact and steal a ball if you have the opportunity. McLean down to Brunt. Looking forward, Matty James making himself an option. Brunt over to Cleworth on the right-hand side. Let's go forward, lads, forward. Barnett all the way back to add some support. Sweeney comes with him. Draws it back. Going to get a free kick there. Take it quick. Barney's on the deck. A yellow card for dissent on that one to somebody.
Yeah, he got all leg.
Yeah, he did get all leg, but I think the yellow card went to somebody else. I don't agree with you. I thought Moles has been looking bad throughout, but Fletcher there. To me, Marriott's been a better option than Moles, and so. Build it up, lads.
When did Moles look sharp? I haven't seen him look sharp once.
Fit, sure. I think he's back to being full fitness, but that's the disconcerting part is because he's back to full fitness, and I don't think he's stirred the drink. He hasn't done enough for me. At least you compare him to where would you put him, and I wouldn't put him in our top 5. You've got to me, these 4 are here. Another sub. 2 subs coming in. But I think that comment about him looking sharp in training was a comment to where he was, in the fact that people were asking questions of whether he was healthy, and he was making the comment that, yeah, I was. The subs taking their time, the slow walk, Perkins going out. And we wait. Time is coming off the clock while we're waiting. Agi coming in for Perkins. And now here comes the other sub. Moles has had a software upgrade to match his bionic lung. I should have gone to the washroom on this one. The slow walk is on. Williams, he's almost there. He's made it. Good job. Fresh legs on. Minute and a half down. 2 minutes by the time we get this one underway, and there we go. What is a fair trade for Paul Mullen? His form isn't up to League One champ level. No, I'm. Danced around. Launched clear. We just look desperate right now. Where we were stealing the ball and building up through the back line, now we're stealing the ball and thumping it and crossing our fingers and hoping. Brunt gets it down. Ollie can't get it, and so it's pushed forward the other way by Galbraith, who's going to get it up over top. Matty James knocks it down to Brunt, and he's going to launch it forward. Fletcher gets it to Smith. He's got an opportunity here, left-hand side. He's got the left-footed cross instead of I don't know if that was intentional or not. Was that a miss hit?
I don't know. I think it was a cross.
You think that was a cross? Parky tactically outcoached again. Okay, Woody, you got to tell me what you'd like to see. Because I put this one on the players. Me?
So why were we not effective in the second half? Did they make a change that stymied us, or
no,
did we stop trying?
I think we got in our heads. I think this is a situation where the players got away from what worked in the first half, and that was hard work defensively, earning out extra possessions, and then being able to build up. We lost we lost the hard work, which means we didn't get as much possession to us, as Matty James just runs it out of play there, which means now, because we've given up the opportunity, we're now pressing and we're not getting the opportunities going forward. So Angel, that's what happened. Angel was here. We scored. Angel went away. We go to lose 2. Angel, you're not allowed to leave, man. You've been the lucky charm. But the reality is I don't think that we've been as patient as we need to be. And there we were patient, and we mishit it and give the ball away. Still time to turn it around, Zach. 100%. Still time to turn it around. And they throw up the Charlie Kelman touch map, and it's a splatter point. He's been all over the place for Leyton Orient. Poor guy. But I'll blame him. Longman coming. Is it going to be Barney or McLean that comes off for Longman? What do you think? What's your over-under, Brendan, with a Longman sub?
You think Longman?
He's coming on. So who's he coming on for? Is it going to be for Barnett, or is it going to be for McLean?
Not sure. I guess Barney. Just because he hasn't made a lot of changes.
Hold on. I want to see this because I blocked off.
He called that a penalty?
A free kick.
Wow.
He went through the back of him.
I think he actually got ball there.
And they gave a yellow to Fletcher for dissent? Is that what that yellow was out for? Yeah, Long went on for McLean. So that's it. This will be a different look. Or is he in the midfield? This will be a different look. We haven't seen Longman on the left-hand side, which is where he played with Hull City and where they.
This is what we were asking for before.
Yeah, well, we'll get to see it in a stab of desperation. Parky's got to get creative, so here he is on the left-hand side, and let's we see what we've got here. Opportunity. He's wide open on that left-hand side, but instead we're going to work it down the right. So many bodies over on this side, and it's put out. We're going to get a throw in. 15 minutes plus to go. Stuck in the mud. Do you think the midfield is more to blame? Yes, it's been. I mean, the midfield was on fire in the first half.
Yeah, Rathbone was non-existent.
To turn things over, and it was their hard work, which was allowing our back line to be able to collect free balls, and then we were able to build things forward. Here we don't have it, and here's the substitute is able to eke out a possession. Ajay draws it forward. Nobody there to get on that cross, and can it be saved? No, it'll go for a goal kick. Come on, lads. Come on, lads. Thanks, Giselle, for checking in. Maybe it's your luck that's needed. We got 2 more. Change it. Forward and just nothing. Something's got to change. Something's got to change because right now we're not into it. If that's a 4-3-3 and you bring in another striker opportunity, then go ahead and do that. As Rathbone has it, has Longman, says, come back to me. Longman doesn't. He goes forward, so Rathbone stops and goes backwards the other way. Come on, boys. Like, we need points here. We freaking need points here. We can't be giving up a loss at home, 2 consecutive losses. Especially with what's looming in early March and mid-March. O'Connell with it, finds Fletcher. Fletcher draws it down. The defender comes back. Well, that's Edmonds Green guy. And we're going to get a throw in left-hand side. And the mood starts to shift. The fans are into it. Brunt, left-hand side. Come on. EOC draws it back, gets stepped and tripped up in the back, and so we'll get a free kick from the halfway line. Weird atmosphere, Miro says. The Angry Birds is on for B. Longman, right foot, cross, far post. Fletcher knocks it down. Smith can't get it. And guess who? Edmonds Green. I hate this Edmonds Green guy. Kicked away. Yellow card coming. Sweeney going to get that one for kicking it away. I can't, the other Tuke's on display. Yes, Angel, we do absolutely have to keep pace. And the way we go, left, throwing it in, 17 yards out, 16 yards out, drawn back to Cleworth. Cleworth, right-hand side, left foot, swung in. Fletcher there, heads it forward. Smith looking for it, can't get it. Not cleared, partially cleared, and here they come. The run is on. Matty James trying to chase him down. EOC, he looked like he was going to shoulder barge him. But it gets flicked on. Is it going to stay in? It should be a throw for us. 18-yard box, grab it. Barney looking, throws it in. Cannon, Barney up in the air. Nobody there, and guess who clears it? Edmonds Green. Oh, no, that was Happy. Sorry, it wasn't Edmonds Green that time. Well done for EOC, stepping forward, and he goes to ground on a flop, not giving. Longman marching forward, dancing, pulled down, free kick. Come on now. Yellow card. Prattley stuck it in. Let's go. We're diving. They're diving. We're moving forward. And this was Longman stepping forward, and Prattley slides himself forward and just takes the hip. Took time magic, and it seems to be working as they're stepping in. 4 men in the wall. It's a little bit close, but the staff sergeant allowing that to happen right now. He'll step back and move them back. I think you could get up and down here if you wanted to. B, what do you say? Too close?
These are tough. I think there's room. I think you got to try to bend it. Let's see where he lines up. Like he's trying to. If he sits in the middle, then you got to try to bend it over the wall to the left.
Yeah, I think you do. Fletcher looks like he's thinking about it.
Did he go off the wall? Yeah.
Curling off the wall. We'll take a corner.
Yeah, went right through a couple of heads.
Bradford scores. So we'll get a corner here from the left-hand side. Ollie Rathbone setting up in that high school basketball I formation that used to run pick plays. Somebody set a screen and everybody move away from the eye. Here it goes, right-footed in-swinger from Ollie Rathbone. It's dangerous. It's around. It's bounced around, and it's banged out by EOC. And he says goal kick.
The Huddersfield score stinks, too.
Huddersfield scores. Everything stinks today. Everything stinks. That's it. If it stays like this, I'm leaving the country so that I can go to the UK and watch it myself. 10 minutes left. Who's the super sub? Marriott? We've already had Fletcher to score. 4-3-3. Oh, and here comes another slow sub. Get Marriott out.
They're really milking these things, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, if the referee's allowing you to do it, then you allow him to do it. He didn't give a yellow on the last one, and so you take your time on this one. We'll sit back. As you reach the half, I think if you're Parky, you take this window now and you get Marriott in and go 4-3-3. I mean, you've got 9 minutes left, and the window's been taken up. And said we'll get the window on the next opportunity. As Marriott is there to check in, and he'll definitely come in for somebody in the back. It'll go 4-3-3. Just get points? Sure. I mean, that's unfortunately the situation that we're in. As much as I hate to praise an ex-Swansea man, Pratley has a hell of an engine for somebody in their 40s. Yeah, he's been crap today, though, to be fair. Marriott's on, O'Connell's off, and we're back to a 4-3-3. The wing backs are there. It'll be interesting to see Longman in this position with Cleworth and Brunt holding it down in the back line. Move forward, kicked away and cleared. Leyton Orient, Cleworth not able to get there, and there's the turnover. It's a 2-on-2. Somebody's got to pick up the pace so that they can take up the extra man into the area, and it goes out, goal kick, and turn it away. Move, Howard. Move the ball, Howard. Move the ball. Move the ball. Why are we taking so much freaking time here? Long ball finally goes down. Fletcher gets it. Headed down, and we give it away. All that wasted time, and we don't make the perfect pass. And instead, it's going to go to their new sub, Agi, who's moving it. He's got Brent on the right-hand side. 3 there. 3 on. Agi taking the shot. Howard gets a stop. It'll be a corner on the right-hand side. Come on. There's just no fire. Like, I'm sorry, Chomp. You get that ball with an opportunity to go, you freaking go. And it shouldn't go to 2 replays, 2.5 replays, and then it comes back and we just get the ball underway. It's a bad delivery. Nobody's got any fire. The fans are on their butt. Played short, and away we go. You can't give them extra time because the referee's not allowing them to do anything. And I've got to take this call because it's I'm streaming. Oh, frick. Okay, I'll be down in a second, I guess. Bad timing. Okay. Brendan, you're going to have to take over for a second as my wife is locked out of the house.
Alrighty.
I just want to watch this come in.
Here's the corner.
Corner delivered. Okay. Score while I'm away, please.
Corner's coming in, misses wide. We're countering here. Streaking forward, Longman crosses. Nothing happening there. Ball's moving around midfield. Here comes Leyton. Down the left side, wasting time. Come on, guys, press. They're just taking all sorts of time. Come on, Wrexham. Oh, ball swung wide. Leyton Orient's just knocking it around, taking up tons of time. Matty James has it. Got to get it going. Gets it wide over to Rathbone up the middle. Still passing it around too much. We've got to get forward here. Cleworth over to Barney. Back to Cleworth. Still nothing happened. Wasting way too much time. We got less than 5 minutes and then the overtime, which should be a good 7 minutes at least.
To build off, and that's why when O'Neilla's got on the ball, he hasn't had that option. He's either
ball's knocked ahead here.
Long or go back, and that's where the frustration has come from with the crowd.
The score is still 2-1. That's not good. Longman.
No, good pass ahead.
Come on.
What happens here?
Longman! No, it's up in his head. It's still up there, Fletcher headed. Still there, chested down, Matty James. Somebody do a thing.
Bodies all over the place.
3-on-3 the other way. Agi, right foot, holds it up. Now, come on. If this doesn't go in and we score, it's a miracle. Wow. Okay. Put an asterisk on that play. And let's go the other way. This is like the Edmonton Oilers where they got an empty net and they don't score. It goes the other way, and here's Marriott. No foul there. That was a flop. Oh, and they give him a yellow. And yellow to a red. Whoa!
No, that's 2 yellows on him. Yeah.
Yellow. Yeah, there's a second yellow.
They got him on the last one,
That
too.
wasn't a foul, let alone a yellow.
Yeah, that was a dive.
That was a dive. There was nothing in that. That was the dive. I will take it, but.
Oh, no, he pulled the shirt ahead of time. He dove late, but there was a shirt pulled.
There's not enough in that. There's not
You
enough in that.
You can't, derobe him in the middle of the field there.
Come on. Football gods smiling on us because you go back to that play, they had opportunity there. Abdullah and Ajay, basically 2-on-1, then 2-on-0. And the extra pass, we end up being able to stop it with Brunt stabbing it out at the edge of the box. Right here, he's got both the defenders dead to rights. And it gets stabbed away by Rathbone. And then stopped by Brunt.
Tremendous play by him.
Dead to rights. It was over. And with it being over right there, now, find it. You're not having a crack here. You can't have a crack here. You got to go into the ball.
This is close.
It's too close. You're 19 yards away.
I don't think you can bend it. Is he going straight at the edge now?
You can't bend this. You've got to find a body. You got to find Max.
I think you play short and then you blast away. Whiz cannon.
Fine, Cleworth. I'm watching him on the right. Rathbone throws it. Nothing. Kicked it right in. Oh, he was fumbled a little bit. And Keely's saying he took a shot in the head.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to.
To be fair, it might have taken a shin there on the back of the head, right there. Oh no. I'm doing all the desperate moves here. All the desperate moves. I'll just leave this open. We'll see if the cats come in. Hi, Kitty. We're running out of time. Should be lots of added minutes here, especially if they were counting the long walk-offs. Lincoln up 3-0 on Mansfield. Come on, find a thing here. It's finally underway, right-hand side. Flicked up into the air. Leyton Orient. Cannon's able to nudge it forward. Smith trying to find it. Moved over. Longman's got lots of space on that left-hand side, it just seems to me. Because it's just bouncing around and Rathbone able to maintain some control. Kicks forward, headed down. Rathbone not able to control it, and it goes the other way. Switches on, and they gave it away. I would have kept that. Go and get it. And then Howard stuffed that and gave it away. Fletcher in a fight, trying to get to it. Nothing given. Rathbone going forward, lost the ball there, and here comes the bad guys the other way. Lots of bodies in front of him. Ajay, right foot, chips it up, grab that extra ball and go. Where's the ball boy? Where's the ball boy? 6 minutes.
Eight
8 minutes. Come on, lads, find something here for the love of God and all things hold. And we're up a man, and it's given, and it's all them all the time. They're all over it. They're all over it. There's just a steady, maintained, constant possession down a man by Leyton Orient. And finally, they kick it forward, Cleworth, and he heads it away and gives it away, and it's going to go back to them, and we commit a foul. Oh, the referee says let it go, and they get up, still scrapping for it. Loose ball, and Leyton Orient comes away. Barney doing everything he can to eke out the possession. Can't. Cleworth finally gets it, and Howard could have just kicks it out. Howard has pissed me off now. That's twice that he has the opportunity to make a play, and you're in there not for your goal scoring opportunity, but because you can control the game and quarterback it, and you've screwed it up twice in short order. Come on. We're just getting outworked by a 10 squad team, 10-man team. Still in. Oh, opportunity there, drawn down.
Isn't that 2 on that guy and only 1? Wow.
Abdullah committing a yellow. And so hi, Kitty. Clueworth towards the box. Brunt gets it on, couldn't get the flick to Fletcher, and it comes clear. Matty James able to get it, not able to, as it's being held up there by Agi. Back to Sweeney, kicked forward. We got an opportunity here. Clueworth. Why? If there's all you see is blue jerseys ahead of you, you've got to try and maintain possession. Instead, give it away. I've lost the connection to my big screen TV as we're waiting on a throw in here. Time just keeps on ticking, and we are not there. We're waiting. No yellow for the time wasting. Still waiting. That was a whole minute that's gone. Dropped ball, picked up ball, still figuring out what we're doing with the ball. This is just an entertaining scramble everywhere, right? Losing audio. It doesn't matter. I've got the screen. I can follow along. Left footer. Leyton Orient still looking, just maintaining everything, all down by the corner flag, and there's not a damn thing we can do about it. Not a damn thing. Like, we are getting owned in this half. Owned. All of that magic and positivity that we had in the first half, and we are getting owned. I don't think they were the problem is we look so good in the first half. And then to me, the effort levels, we're just getting outworked. And this is the long time. I'm trying to think of the last time that we got outworked. Was it the Charlton game, Brendan? The last time that we demonstrably got outworked?
Yeah, there was parts of the Shrewsbury game that weren't great.
Part of the Shrewsbury game, sure. But we're just getting Longman cross. That's a nice one, but put down. Cannon, right footer, flipped up in the air. Happy was able to get that one. Rathbone puts it back in, cleared away by Happy. Jeannie getting smiles from the kitties. Kitty, take it off? I think so. 3 minutes. Just find something, please. Fletcher looking for Smith. It's dangerous. It's there in the clearance. Well done,
Fletcher
actually, there by Galbraith, who goes and stabs that over. Throw into Longman. Somebody go out there and for support. Oh, does Longman have a Tozer bomb? Because he's lining up for it. Here it goes. It kind of cheated that throw, to be fair. Headed down. Longman's going to go up, right-footed, drills it, and it's going to go out. Goes for a throw over by the corner flag. Mark just saying, I feel like we forgot ourselves a touch in the second half. Forgot ourselves a touch. Long throw near post, headed away. Rathbone looking to collect it, gets it back to Longman, crosses in, far touched on. Well, there's Barney. I couldn't knock it down. He knocked it down, but couldn't get to it. And it's cleared by Rathbone. 2 minutes left into the added time. Sarah noting, even the cat is fed up. Fletcher knocked on, put forward, left there for Rathbone inside the 18-yard box, flipped back, not too soft, and Cannon can't get to it. It goes out for another throw.
How do you
flipped up into the air?
Let him drop it in the play.
Yellow card then. If he went and grabbed that ball and he dragged it in so that it slowed down the game, that's time wasting. Everyone wants to do a Tozer bomb hero move, and it's cleared out. I had high hopes too. That's why it hurts. Fletcher, opportunity, knocks it down. Longman stabs it. Matty James spins. Matty James, free Fletcher! Come on! Saved off of a deflection. Bugger! That was it. And Fletcher, I'm shocked he didn't take the kick. Why didn't you shoot it? But it didn't matter. We had the opportunity. Push. Brunt, nice one, Fletcher. Oh. Okay. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Left, right-footed, and swinger opportunity is still there. Comes out, right-footed. Chomp is all the way forward. Cannon's there, and it's cleared, and we're going to end up losing this one. One last chance. Longman with it. Left foot, bring it, serve it. Bodies forward, do a thing. Left-footed, far post, header! Up over top.
Smith caved him in.
Whistle, full time. That's a loss. What the fuck happened? Pardon my French. But what happened? I mean, we score that first one. We look so good in the first half, and we're praising how amazing we look and that it's clearly going to be obvious. Absolutely, Stephen. Leyton earned that win. Leyton win. Dale, it's the first time in 50 years I want my mother to hug me. Like, there was so much positive out of the first half. The touches were all there. The style of play was exactly what we wanted. We passed all of the eye tests. The team was hustling. They were busting their balls. They were gaining extra possessions because they were able to nick ball through interceptions and mistakes and cause mistakes, that it just looked like everything was going to come up roses. And we come out in the second half flat. Flatter than the pop that had been sitting in my grandmother's fridge for the last 3 months. Just flat. And nothing gets the fire going. And then every time we do get the ball, it's not methodical build-up. It's not searching. There's no strategy. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just thumping. We're panicked. Brendan, you summarize what the hell happened in that one.
I think it was a combination. We were sharp, obviously, in the first half, and we missed a bunch of chances and had a lot of great opportunities, and just did not come out with that same fire. They came out with the fire that we had in the first half. They played hard. They played well. They did every little thing. They grabbed and bumped and pushed and got away with as much as they could. And they took every advantage, and their countering was really good for the most part. And we just did not bring the same intensity that we had in the first half, and that's the result, 2-1.
I'm going to go through some of this. It's Casimir an interest. I think a little bit too ahead of this, as maybe as a sign that the team is not ready to move up just yet and needs more pieces. I don't think it's the pieces. I think it's the fire, and I'm trying to think of. I mean, you guys let me know, and maybe we put a poll up, whether it's fire, whether it's Parky, whether it's just a better team, whether it's just an off day. Maybe that's the poll. Why don't I put that one up while we're chatting here? But I do want to go through the stats to just to be able to assess things. I don't have to worry about the school pickup because I guess my wife came in and said that Spencer's really sick and she's got to go and get him from school. So that absolves me. So I could have an extra little bit of time just to finish this up, but I don't want to take too much time because I know B's got work. So what was the cause on that one? And I'm just going to put complacent, no fire. I'm going to put in just beaten by a better team.
Again, while you're typing that in, I'm not I see a lot of people getting upset and going, "Oh no, we're definitely going to playoffs." First of all, I don't think this one this one loss means we can't overtake Wickham. Leyton Orient's been on a heater. They're a very good team. Losing to Leyton Orient, granted at home, not great, but overall, we still look far more promising the first half than the majority of the games all season, even games that we won. Besides which, again, it really counts that we want to go up, right? If we want to go up, who cares if we go in through the playoffs? Ideally, we definitely want to take out Wickham. As you said before, it's almost mathematically impossible for us to not make the playoffs, right? Like we're gonna trip backwards into it and get into the playoffs. So that's not the point. And we just want to be playing our best football at the end of the season. Granted, the second half wasn't tremendous, but overall, at least we have signs of being able to play a better brand of football, a more effective brand of football. We can keep the intensity the whole game. I don't know. I think you're right. Maybe the midfield really got us off on a bad foot. Dobson was extremely ineffective in that second half. They weren't winning us anything, and they were able to transition too easily on counters with no effort. So.
Kim identifying that I misspelled complacent, and I put it complainant, which is a complacent plus complaining. I meant complacent, but yeah, I got the typo, and I'm with you. I mean, we can deconstruct this one. We're still in the hunt, but like you look at the points now, we're equal on points, and we're 5 points back, and we only have 1 game in hand and a point ahead of Stockport. Huddersfield gained up on us, and they're now 3 points behind, and so we're falling the wrong way. Now, do I think that, Leyton gains 3 points and they're still 5 points back? Yes, we're 8 points clear, and that's great. And that leaves a lot of room for error. And yes, the opportunity to stumble backwards, but for the love of God, I just wanted to have things easy. And I'm going to say this. I still think that we have the personnel for it. And I still think that they showed us that. Smith and Rodriguez looked great in the first half. The midfield looked awesome in the first half. We had everything you could ever ask for from the team in the first half, other than we gave away an unfortunate goal there on that misplay pass back. But we were up a man for extended period and couldn't gain the ball. And it was just fire. It was just the lack of it in the second half. And Mark said, and a credit to Mark Griffiths, who said, we got away from our identity a little bit. And I think that's part of it. Is it was more panic than it was pressure and confidence. So Dale saying these players have 2 legs and a brain and what it needs to win, it can only blame the coaching team. Interesting, because I think it was, Dale says, I still blame Parkey. So there's definitely that camp out there. 48% with me saying complaint, no fire. That's certainly where my vote is. Maybe I'm influencing that vote. I don't know. Still not getting much from the strikers despite the improvement. Well, and it was efficiency today, Kim, right? Which is different than normal. Usually we don't get into the final third. We don't get those touches in the box. And so we sit there and we look at things and say, it wasn't enough today from the strike force, but did they get a lot of service? No. Today, something completely different. I don't know if you have the stats there to put them up, Brendan. And I'm going to have to hit. What's fascinating to me is even like we won the XG battle 1.36 to 0.67. Great. We looked pretty losing. 19 total shots, 4 on target. 4 on target. You look at touches in the box, and this is where I want to look at things, is 32 to 19 for us overall for the game. But in the first half, it was 13 to 2. In the second half, well, it was 19-17. So we still had more touches. I'm a little bit surprised by that stat, but it wasn't there and didn't feel like it was there for us. I'm going to have to make that call later. God, I've never been so popular during a game. 10 shots. Let's just go back to the total shots, or the stats for the entirety of the game. 19 shots to 11. They had 5 on target to our 4. 1 big chance each. We missed ours. Fouls committed 14-4 for them. We had 7 corners. And you go through the list of what to think we had.
But that's what I mean. Every time we would try to break out in the second half, they'd foul.
Yeah. But it worked for them. They
used every little thing they could. And they pushed the limits on plenty more. They could have got another dozen fouls if the guy was tighter with the calls. So
I'm still that end of the game highlight just went up on the I follow one. Far from Nugan. What a crappy day this is now. A sick kid a week before us flying out. And Wrexham takes an absolute shitter. Accurate long balls, 36%. We had more than they did, probably close to the season average. The accurate crosses on par with the season average. Just not there. Just not there. Rathbone had himself a hell of a game, but other than him, who did you notice today? I noticed Matty James, to be fair, and I say that not in his offensive ability, but his ability to assist with turnovers in the back. I thought Brunt had himself a hell of a game on the left-hand side.
Smith makes things happen.
The frustrating part to me is the talent is there. I'm convinced of that. The first half, the effort was there. And for whatever reason, it fell off. Now we've got a game against Mansfield that becomes more pressing. Every game becomes more pressing as you slide down. So we'll see how they're able to handle the challenge of things. What we were talking about before, where last season we had our stumble through January and then we turned it around, that sort of sailed now. But this was the opportunity for the team to declare who we were, and I think they failed in that regard. How many places have we gone up since Parkey joined 2.5 seasons ago? I get it, and I'm not. I know there are a lot of people who say Parkey out. I'm not convinced it's Parkey either. On this one, I think he had the. I don't like the Howard thing, and I got mad at Howard through the end, because if you're going to bring in a guy who's going to come in as a specialist for a specific purpose, he's got to at least satisfy that purpose, and I don't think he did. I don't think he read the room on what was necessary and what was needed at the time, and that's frustrating. And I say that recognizing that one of my criticisms were that we were racing a little too fast and we were a little bit frantic rather than focused. But I still think we needed to move. Jeannie, thanks. Yeah, it's been an interesting one. Anyways, team carried Parkey. The fullback played well. You know what? And you got to give credit to both Hape and the sub that they brought in. Who was the sub that they brought in? Edmonds Green, who ended up at a 6.8 in the FOT mob and only playing 28 minutes. That's pretty impressive. Like, he's outperformed Rodriguez in FOT mob, Pratley on FOT mob, and they had full games. Clueworth on FOT mob. He and Hape were damn good in the back line. What do we do for changes? Do you make changes for Saturday now? Ogonko's in for me if he's close to healthy.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible. I don't know. He really likes Lee. I don't know if he brings Lee back in.
Well, we don't. Do we know Lee's health? I know.
No, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to start feeling solid about a lineup when we don't know where Lee's at. And
would you do Cannon for Dobson?
It's away. I wait on that sub. Although Dobson hasn't looked great in a long time.
I think Dobson needs the minutes in the trophy match. I would bring Cannon in, have Rathbone as the substitute, and you bring Rathbone in to find himself in the game.
Dobson's the guy. If you're putting anyone in the midfield, Dobson and then James are the guys obviously going, right?
And it was 1-1 there in that match. They're still going, by the way. 1-1 Bradford City, Birmingham, 84th minute. Stansfield scored 3 minutes into the first half, and then Bobby Poynton added that the other way. 7 shots to 3 in that one, 70% possession for Birmingham, 581 passes to 249. But Bradford City still in it. In Brum.
Nick's reporting that Parkey came out and said Lee's in a lot of pain in the ribs.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so that's not an option.
I wasn't really keen on that anyway. So
Yeah, to me the question is it Cannon over Dobson or Evans if you wanted to bring him in? But I think
Longman or
Yeah, to me, that's what Des says. Cannon deserves a start. To me, I don't think I can go Evans as much as I absolutely love the guy until he's got a little bit more game time and he can take advantage of the game against Peterborough to eke that out. But for me, Dobson is a defensive specialist, and today he did okay, but we're nowhere close to what we normally see from him with his pit bull stuff. That all came from Rathbone, almost exclusively. So if he's not going to be in and around the ball, creating a muck and doing his thing, then I'd rather have the offense on the pitch. And so to me, I'd give it. No way am I going Palmer, and no way will you convince me of that. If that's Wednesday, just by saying his name, if you say that's an opportunity, AO would have played today if he was able. We were working with what we have at the moment. And so, yeah, I think there's some truth to that one. I hope it was because AO's got a knock and not because Parkey made the decision otherwise. I'm given the 6-week prognosis, not Parkey, to be clear. Sorry, Nick, I missed what that was referencing. I think the boys are more beat up than we've been let out to be. Yeah, could be. And yeah, that's the tricky part is now we're 5 points off a second and it's not over. Brandon said that here's the trick for me is it's really that March 1st week is going to be important. And as Andy identified early on, Wickham has a nasty run in for the end of the season. Right. And if you go to their matches and you look at, and maybe I put together that run-in graphic if I get the opportunity today amongst all the other stuff that I wish I could do.
Those are the games we want to win. We want to win against the teams because it double hits, right? They get a loss. They don't score points. We win. We need to beat Bolton, Wickham, Huddersfield, right? Like those are the wins that are the most important. And then overall in total, we want to get roughly 9 or 10 wins, right?
Sure.
So win those hard ones, win 6 more ish, and we're good.
Yeah. Wickham's run from now, they've got Wigan in the next one, but then things change. Starting March 1st, Birmingham, Burton, Peterborough, Wrexham, Rotherham, Huddersfield, Lincoln City, Shrewsbury, Reading, Stevenage, Bolton, Charlton, Leyton Orient, Stockport to run it out. That's a battle. Compared to what everybody else is dealing with, they've got an ugly run in. The problem is, and what Brendan is identifying is correct, is you've got to win the ones that you're that are with the teams that you're playing up near the top of the table. This was an early playoff game. Wrexham came up short at home. Icky, wasn't it, Kim? Just icky. I think he'll be out for 6 weeks, maybe only 4, but Lee would be in serious pain. I've had that injury before, and it's a real pain in the hips, ribs, body. Very disappointed with the result. I am too. That's where I just sit right now with disappointment. So, hey, look, sponsors, Ultimate Promotions, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. If you're looking for your pins for work, for sport trading, for your club, for whatever it is, reach out to them. Your badges, your medals, 48 years of impeccable service, free artwork, free shipping. Touch base. See what they can do for you. ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. I didn't get the poll. I'm going to end that poll, and I do want to just send one more out as far as – so I'm going to – let's end this poll. Complacent no fire being the winner on the poll there with 42%. Where's the rest of it if it pops up? Start a new poll. Which game would you attend? And I'm going to put away versus – Wickham.
By the way, you're bringing your toque with you.
I'm going to have to bring a toque, aren't I? I think I get chastised if I didn't. Home versus Rotherham or away versus Reading. Which one out of those 3 games are you saying you would go to? I'm curious. Because I've picked mine, but I can always sub it out, potentially. Thanks, Dale. Great job from you guys, Sean and Brendan. Impressed you didn't break anything, Sean. I was getting close. And no, I've been told that I'm allowed to choose 3. I'm going to argue for the 4th one. But I've been told I'm allowed 3. I've chosen the Bolton game. I've chosen the Huddersfield game, both because I the Huddersfield Yorkshire part, it's easy access and it's a nice stadium and it's an important match and it's an early away game. The Wycombe game seems important to me. I'm going to be probably fighting for the Rotherham one, because I'd like to get there as much as I can. But which one would you go to is the big question for me. So I will try my best to do some shorts while I'm on the trip, and get those out there and maybe compile some things together while we're out there. I better take the onesie as well. If I brought that, what would the take be if I was to walk around with those pajamas at the turf? I wonder, Brendan, do I pack them in case I've got the cojones?
I would.
You don't need divorce paper served on you, so stick to the 3 games. Woody with the wisdom. Woody with the wisdom. I could fake a fight the night before and just be like, that's it. You do whatever you want. I'm going. And then just go and enjoy it and cross my fingers. The fact that I'm predicting it, probably don't play this back on a highlight. I'll get into trouble. Represent the Horde and the Canadian Reds. Don't do it. Wendy's going to make me wear them. Well, if I get reached out to that says you must wear pajamas, I will slap them on. So yeah, stay tuned to the shorts. I might just pull a couple of times where I grab a live while I was walking through airports and doing all sorts of things. I would like to have put together like a, hey, hop on the train and go here. But the reality is I'm going to Doncaster and doing it by a shuttle. But on game day and I'm hoping to go out a day or 2 before the Bolton game. So I get like 3-ish days to kind of walk around Wrexham and soak it all in, as much as I can in 3 days. Maybe 4. And that's why I kind of want to do the Rotherham one, is I want to get stuff that I'm going to miss. And the reality for this one is it's been, my wife is English and it's been 3 years since we've been home. And this is really a trip about her, more than it is a trip about me. So I'm fortunate she's giving me the opportunity to go and take care of my interests a little bit, but I don't want to push it. Because if I had my pick, I'd be sitting in Wrexham for 2.5 weeks of the 3 weeks. But that's not going to happen. It's the onesie. I'm making sure you wear the kangaroo. Well, no, it's not a onesie. It's a top and bottom combination. I mean, I could just wear the top and wear blue jeans. Maybe that wouldn't be as embarrassing. But I feel if I could wear it to BC Place, why not? You keep telling her that, Sean, and I'm telling you that. That way you can play
the
it back.
Shirt and the pants, like you gotta either go for it or don't.
Yeah, I think that's true. Is you got to go for it or not. It would be an attention.
You got to
grabber,
do that, and then show up early to the Bolton game. And when Mullen comes in, you have to have someone, videoing it and ask him to sign it.
Sign it, yeah, and then put it up, frame it, and put it up on the wall.
Yes, then you hang it, and then you don't have to wear it again.
I don't touch it ever again.
Signature.
That's what. There's something to be said about that.
Tell him the Red Horde appreciates him, and then get him to sign that thing.
He'll say, I've seen your crap on your stupid YouTube channel. I know that you've been down on me in the last 3 months. Curses to you. Wrexham isn't very big, to be fair.
When you see him, just do the A, do.
Yeah, I got it. No, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I fully suspect that I'm walking around and running into some people that I've chatted with, and I hope it goes largely positive. I know there's a couple of people over there that won't be happy to see me, and that's okay too. It'll be fun. So let's talk about that as a positive today. I should probably wrap this up and get back into the work stuff, shouldn't we, Brendan? Today is frustrating. It's frustrating because we had the moxie. We had, I think we outplayed them in the first half substantially, and we
could have been up 2,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It was all there. So that's why there was no panic at the half. It was just and I'm sure the message from Parkey was full of confidence. Just continue on with your stuff as Birmingham scores with an 88th minute goal. You kind of expected that to be the outcome there. They would have gone to Pens direct, even though it's a semifinal game, had they have not scored, which would have been interesting. And we know what the chickens are like during Pens. Pretty good, to be fair. So what really hurts about this is not the position on the standings. We can overcome that. It's not the fact that we've lost. Is that 2 in a row we've lost at the race course? Because we lost to Stevenage, and now are we 2 in a row?
I thought we squeezed a game in between.
I thought it was a league.
We won.
Not a league game.
Bolton. We won Bolton, right?
But that wasn't a league match. So that's 2 league matches in a row that we've lost at home. But so it's not that's concerning to me. The concerning part to me is, and Mark said it exactly like this. So I'll just repeat what Mark Griffiths said: is we lost our identity in the second half, and our identity not just with respect to going forward, but the biggest part that hurt was we lost it defensively. Because when we succeed as a non-possession team is being able to out-hustle people when the opportunity presents itself and to be able to steal possession. And in the second half, we didn't get a freaking chance to do that, or alternatively, we didn't have the effort to do it. And so that's the kicker for me. Wrexham, Kim says we lost that game in the first 5 minutes of the second half. And so what was that? Like, we came off out of the half just complacent because we heard nothing but good things from Parky except, hey, continue doing what you're doing. Can you light a fire when you played such a great first half? Do we just give credit to to Leyton Orient? I mean,
we didn't hand it to them. They earned it. Yeah.
Do we just give credit to them? They came right at us in the second and we were caught cold. And that's the frustrating part, was so much was left wanting in effort. And that's the scary part. And interesting, Bo says outcoached. I'm not of that camp. But I can certainly see the argument.
I don't know about the strategy. That's the only thing I wasn't seeing. I wasn't seeing if they changed formations to counter us and we didn't adjust. That's the only thing I couldn't tell.
No, it was the same. It was to be fair, quite similar to us on the build up through the left and the right. And they build their triangles with their three, we would end up with, call it Cannon of whatever midfielder was there, or Dobson, with Barney and Cleworth on the right. They were doing the same thing on the right and the left with their 3 forwards going up. And so Strange Reality says, Andy says, I better go before Wrexham's next sponsors become divorce lawyers. We'll see you for the next one, Mansfield at the Field Mill. And then the interesting one I thought that Tuesday game, I was going to be able to get it off and then run to the airport or at least leave it halftime. But no, it's a Wednesday game, not a Tuesday game. And so by being a Wednesday game, I'm actually going to land right before that game starts. And so I'm going to have to get all of the graphics done here like today and tomorrow so that it's out of the way for the next 6 games and I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that one I'm going to probably be watching along while I'm traveling up from Heathrow to Doncaster in a car, as I think is going to be the expectation. And so we're going to go back.
Wrap this up so you can get time to
make those graphics up. Yep, let's do that. I just wanted to be able to check to make sure that that's true, because I got to remember when my arrival time is. Arrive. Oh, I don't have it. Arrive Wednesday. Yeah, 10:10 in the morning, England time is when I'm going to touch down. So I'll be just leaving the airport and hopping in the car. I'll be sitting in customs, eavesdropping and doing that. And it is a Wednesday game, so I should be able to watch along anyway. I should be able to watch that through iFollow or Sky. I'll be over there. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. Anyway, thanks to everybody that was here. Mass appreciation. Hit that like button if you didn't get the opportunity. That was a frustrating one, and it'll be good. I'm going with the whole family, and we're going to Doncaster, and I'm setting up shop there, and plan to just take a helicopter to the game. I don't have that kind of money. And we will be in London for a stretch there after the Wickham game. So that'll be something to take in. Interesting. I'm going to go down to Wickham and then back up to Doncaster and then back down to London. So I'll be traveling all over the place. Look, today, frustrating, sad. It is what it is. We'll see you Tuesday or see you Saturday for Mansfield. We'll also be there.
Sunday for
Saturday?
Swansea,
Sunday.
and then finally
Sunday.
Wednesday. Yeah.
It's not Saturday. We have a Sunday game. So I don't know whether we want to pick up Saturday games this week or not, or whether you're going to be just overwhelmed. And I can do it maybe by myself on Saturday morning if you wish, just to have a break, because we're going to be doing back-to-back on Sunday. We'll start with the men's, and then we'll join in with the women's. Deandra will take over that one at 9-10 in the morning.
Yeah.
So follow along. Stay tuned to the channel. Everybody back to work or enjoy your beverages. Get over this one however you have to get over. Thanks, Brandon, for everything.